The heart of LA, Valley Sports West. The heart of the fan.
Welcome to Angels Live, presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers, and happy Labor Day, everybody. And Angels Live, as always, presented by Cadillac. Halos finishing up this 9-game homestand with 3 against the Detroit Tigers. Here's on tap over the next 30 minutes on a very warm day here in Southern California. The race continues to heat up for the AL MVP. We will break down the 2 top contenders. Once again, the Angels starting pitchers are trending in the right direction, and Jose Suarez on the hill, and he has been part of the uptick, especially over his last 6 starts. That and much more happens right here, right now on Angels Live. Welcome to the program, everyone. Kent French alongside 2 Halo Hall of Famers and Tim Sam and Garrett Anderson. Hopefully you are staying nice and cool in a little AC or getting some sort of a breeze through your house, because we're getting a nice breeze right now as we finish up this 9-game homestand. And guys, as the weather heats up, so does the AL MVP race. I mean, we're going to dive into it here in a moment, but I want to get a comment from both of you on how exciting this is for baseball to see 2 totally different players at the top of their game, Tim.
Well, it is. I mean, you're talking about a Judge who's potentially going to set, the American League record for home runs. And then you got Ohtani, who's continuing to build on what his MVP last year. He still has the stuff to go out there and win another MVP. But he's doing it as a pitcher and a hitter. So you have 2 different choices for all the voters out there. And I tell you what, I think it's a harder decision to make than on the surface what it looks like Judge has been the front runner all along.
Yeah, in GA, you really kind of have to do the research, right? You have to look and do the numbers and go, wait a second. Wait, Shohei, look at what he does pitching and then hitting, and then how many games. Wait, Judge steals bases. He plays center field all the time. I mean, there's a lot to take in consideration.
And there is, and this isn't a traditional MVP race. There's so many factors that go involved with it. You have a guy who I've seen do this before in Judge. We've seen a lot of guys hit 300, 40 plus, 120. We've seen that. But now you have Ohtani, which is obviously his hitting numbers aren't quite there.
Yep.
But the pitching side, I mean, he's one of the top 5 pitchers in the game. So how do you put that together and give him a value? That's really tough to do.
Yeah, and it seemed that Judge is starting to separate himself from Shohei when it comes to hitting home runs. We'll talk about him in a second, but hold the phone for a moment, folks. Shohei just went out against the best team, or arguably the best team in baseball, in the Houston Astros. Goes 8 innings of 1-run baseball. And Tim, all of a sudden, he comes up with a turbo sinker that's hitting triple digits.
He was phenomenal, and believe me, he had to go the 8 innings like that just to get a run so he didn't get the loss. I mean, here's the deal. As much as analytics and WAR and all that play into it, hey, they're also paying attention to things like 61 homers. Well, how about Ohtani? Out of his 8 losses, 4 clunkers, 4 of those losses he had 2 runs or less. And then on the other side of it, he's had 4 no decisions where he's given up 2 runs or less. So he's had 8 games where he didn't get a win. If he was playing on a winning team, he might have had wins right there. And all of a sudden you're talking about a guy that maybe has 16 or 17 wins. He's not only in the MVP conversation, he's in the Cy Young conversation. So with those he's put up those numbers. He's just been on a team that hasn't won. So if he has 16, 17 wins, maybe pushing 20, can you imagine an MVP that has 20 home runs or 20 games won pitching, and he hits 35, maybe 40 home runs at the plate?
And who develops a pitch? Who develops a pitch midway through the season these days? Yes. I mean, does that happen anymore? And GA, we're going to go to Judge right now, and something you 2 know about is hitting the long ball. But Judge has been, when they were here against New York, you and I were on the desk, and they went toe-to-toe for 3 games. Each had compact or impact moments. Each had 2 homers in the series. Right. And what Judge has done since he's left town has been remarkable.
It is. I mean, he continues to impress. I mean, and what makes it even more impressive is that they know he's doing really well. So generally pitchers are going to try to pitch around you, but for some reason, I guess, sometimes pitchers, they try to pitch around you, they leave pitches over the plate. So he's definitely not missing anything right now.
You know what's familiar about this is I remember last year Ohtani had that long stretch in the middle of June, July, where it seemed like he hit 20 home runs in about 25 days. Judge is having that right now, and I think it's what's equally important is the Yankees as a team. Somebody throw the parachute. They're going down, and right now Judge might literally put everybody on his back and carry them, limp them into the playoffs. And if that happens, I think that's going to play even more into that bias on the East Coast and everything that's going through. I don't know. Does he have to hit 61 homers? I don't know. I mean, I think just the fact that if he carries this into the postseason, that might be enough.
Yeah, he's got 3 homers his last 3 games. He's 5 homers his last 7. He's hit 54 today, so things trending incredibly well for one Aaron Judge. For some reaction on this incredible MVP race, we head inside where Carlin Baith is standing by. And Carlin, I don't know if you remember, was it Team Edward and Team Jacob for Twilight? I think we got like Team Ohtani and Team Judge right now going on. But tell me what the guys wearing those Halo uniforms are saying about one Shohei Ohtani.
You did nail the Team Edward, Team Jacob there. And guys, it was really awesome listening to some compelling arguments about both Judge and Ohtani there. So great work on the numbers. His teammates, as far as they're concerned, of course, they're all Team Ohtani here. I spoke to 2 in particular, Matt Duffy and Mike Trout. Matt Duffy spoke with us after Ohtani's outing against the Houston Astros on Saturday, where he went 8 innings, only allowed 1 run. It was truly an epic performance on the mound. So Matt spoke with us after that game, but I spoke with Mike Trout earlier today and had him give me his case for Shohei for AL MVP. Let's take a listen to both of those guys right now.
Coming to the field every day, watching him, do his thing, 30-plus homers, and just dominant every time he goes out on the field. It's going to be a crazy race down the stretch because you see Judge chasing, I think 61 he needs for the record. But like I said, just coming to the ballpark, the last few years, and obviously this year, it's to see what Shohei's doing, to be qualified in starting pitching, statistics, and obviously offensively, it's pretty impressive. So, just he's a joy to watch, and obviously, no one compares to him. So,
but what he does every day on the mound, we talked about it, it's crazy. I mean, it gets boring. People are talking about Judge for MVP, and I'm just like, he's got to break Maris's record to even be in the conversation for me. I mean, some people might think that's ridiculous in New York, I'm sure, but the guy does it on both sides of the ball. I mean, just because it's boring to you doesn't mean it's exceptional, and he does it every day. He posts every day, doesn't take days off. I mean, it's insane. It really is no words for it, and there's a reason why nobody's done it since Babe Ruth, I guess.
Quite the endorsement there from his teammates. And Phil Nevin, if you guys remember his comments the other day talking about the value that Shohei brings, he was saying until somebody can do what he does on the mound and offensively, as far as value in this game and this league goes, I think it's Shohei. Guys, sending it back upstairs to continue the conversation.
Thank you so much, Carlin. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, it's a fun conversation to have as we continue it. And I think, guys, we've all kicked around the idea, they have the Shohei rule this year. Do you have an MVP and a most outstanding player, GA? Do you have to start moving that direction, considering we're seeing something that only Shohei Ohtani has done last year?
That's always been my argument even before this. We would talk, reporters would ask us what our opinions are, and I'd always say you can't really value an MVP to a team. I mean, Alex got it on a last place team. So for me, I would just say, hey, let's just put the best player of the year. Call it what you want to call it, but the guy who goes out there and just has the most production out of the players.
So, and I agree 100%. I mean, if you can give it to a last place player, a last place team, then that's fine. But Trent Rush probably had the best thing. Trent Rush does our post-game radio. He said, if you did a trade straight up with the Yankees, who wins that trade right now? I mean, the Yankees are better. They're got Garrett Cole and another number 1 in Ohtani and a guy that's going to hit 35 homers. Okay, we get another hitter, but we lose that number 1 starting pitcher. To me, right there, that tells you everything. If you were to trade, who is the player you want to trade? You're not talking about a pitcher that just goes out there and puts up average numbers and average hitting numbers. He puts elite numbers. He's in the top elite on both sides. I mean, home runs. I mean, 30 home runs. I mean, Judge's 54 is huge right there, but Shohei Ohtani has 30, and that's pitching every 6th day. I mean, that's amazing right there. Shohei's in the top 5 on the pitching side of the categories and the hitting side of the categories.
Aaron Judge is trying to do something that hasn't been done since 1961, and that's 61 or over 61 homers in the American League. Shohei Ohtani last year did something that hasn't been done in 100 years, when you look at it that way as well. Also, when you look at these two guys going head-to-head, I love what you're saying about kind of placing one guy you know, for another guy. And I think that says a lot about this. Sometimes the only way you can do it is how to compare these two guys.
Yeah, I believe if it was a straight-up trade, I don't think you're getting enough in just a Judge for a Shohei Ohtani. I think you got to throw something else in there. I think that's just the value right there. I think Shohei gives you value on two sides of the ball. Judge gives you on one. I think Judge is a great player. I'm not diminishing that, but hey, you need another pitcher or something added to that in return, because Shohei gives you two elite players in that trade.
Gee, one thing before we go to break is the shine. Has the shine and this whole thing about Shohei worn off? I mean, he's doing only what he did last year. He's got to outdo himself, but we've seen this before. Not as great, but we saw it last year.
I just think it's a little unfair because his bar has been set so high.
Right.
I mean, his bar is really high, and he's having a phenomenal season again. So I just think that, you know, we're witnessing greatness right now, and to continue to talk about it and watch it has been fun.
All right, we are going to take our first time out here on Angels Live pregame from outside the Big Gay. This is going to be fun to watch these two superstars go head-to-head down the home stretch. When we do come back, Jose Suarez on the hill. He and the Halos rotation has been trending up as of late.
I think I just need someone more emotionally available. We seemed like a good match, but in person, I'm just getting a lot of mixed signals.
It's the bobblehead, isn't it?
I love your smile, but I can't do this anymore.
I thought you were a home run.
Oh gosh, Max, don't do this.
There's a better way to bring the game home. Visit MLBshop.com for your favorite team gear and today's special offer.
Valley Sports, Angels baseball presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Angels fans getting ready to watch their Halos take on the Tigers for one of three as they close out this 9-game homestand. Welcome back outside the Big A. Ken French alongside Tim Salmon, Garrett Anderson. And oh, by the way, I'm just going to finish this conversation about Shohei real quickly. And Judge, how many more home runs has he hit in Yankee Stadium?
Totally.
We're talking about that off. We got to bring that up, though. Come on.
Hey, Shohei's got 40 homers right now if he's playing in Yankee Stadium.
Easy.
Not just Yankee Stadium, it's all those other ballparks. Toronto, Tampa, what'd we say, Baltimore. I mean, you're playing the East Coast. Those are small ballparks. You're not playing in Oakland and Seattle and here. I mean, so anyway, okay.
Even though we have a yellow line here, we're not going to get into it. Okay, so we're done with that conversation. Let's start starting pitching, though, right now. And GA, when you look at this Angels rotation, of course, that's been the topic of conversation for the last couple of years. They need to find a solid rotation. You know what? Look at what they've done. 1 of 5 AL teams with 3 or more pitchers who have 20 or more starts and an ERA under 3.75. That has got to get Halo fans fired up for next year.
That's definitely something bright to look forward to the future for. And barring any injury, these guys are going to continue to grow, get better, get more experience. So it's going to be fun to watch.
And you have an ace and 2 young left-handers. Shohei, by the way, is still young.
Yeah, he is. Well, let me go back to the 1 of 5 teams. You know who the other 4 teams were? Playoff teams. Houston, Seattle, New York, Cleveland. So that's where this Angel team could be if it wasn't for the offensive woes they've had all year long. Again, you're talking about these 3 young pitchers other than, well, actually 2 other young pitchers other than Ohtani that have really developed and seen. It almost seems like the light bulb went off in their, in their game. And is this something that we can look forward to in the future, that this is going to be the core of this staff that's going to take them to the postseason in the future? One other guy's Suarez throwing a night since the All-Star break. He's another guy you could add to that list that's had a sub-4 ERA. So again, this young core of left-handed pitchers, I mean, Ohtani's Ohtani, but the left-handed pitchers really, we've seen a lot of growth and development this year. And that's in spite of the fact that they haven't had a lot of offense behind them. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it. The offense has struggled all year long. These guys are going out there and putting up zeros and keeping the team in the game when there hasn't been much offense out there to help them out.
And they're still going out there. They're putting up zeros or 1 or 2 runs. Sandoval's been hit, been bit most by, the lack of offensive production. But you brought up Jose Suarez. GA, he's on the hill tonight at the Big A. And you mentioned since the All-Star break, he has been incredible. And in his last start against the Yankees, 6 innings. We're surprised he got pulled. 87 pitches, one of his best outings of the season.
He has been phenomenal. And for a guy who's been up and down a lot in his career, he looks like he's finally starting to cement himself in a rotation. And what I've noticed since the break as well is that when he does have a little hiccup here, the game doesn't go sideways for him. He kind of brings it back, and, he'll give up a few runs here, but it just doesn't turn into an implode. He's definitely maturing in that area.
He has, and I tell you what, the pitch, we talked about the slider. Since the break, he's thrown that slider 23% of the time. Guys are hitting 100 off it. I tell you, that is an amazing pitch because it's almost like a second fastball in the sense it's hard, it's in the zone. It makes hitters think it's a pitch they can go after and swing when they swing and miss. Mm-hmm. And then when he has to throw it for a strike, he can throw it over there, and it's not just that hanging curveball, whatever, BP fastball. He has another weapon to go to. He's become a 4-pitch pitcher. He redeveloped that changeup grip. Yep. That changeup got different action on it. I think the combination of those 4 pitches, we've seen that light bulb moment for him, a little moment of maturation in his game where all of a sudden you're going, hey, this kid can pitch, and he went deep into a Yankee game, packed house, a lot of intensity. I think that was a watershed moment for him.
Yeah, let's not forget, he's only 24 years old. He's been with the Halos a while. We see him up and down, as you mentioned. Finally, he's found a consistent spot and taking advantage of it. You mentioned weapons. Phil Nevin has a lot of weapons when it comes to the bullpen, and they have been shining bright, especially on this last homestand. You got to like kind of what they're doing. Tepera, Luke, they're finding their game again after being very good at the beginning. Jose Quijada, we thought he might be the cleanup guy, but wait a second. You got Jimmy Herget, GA. Here's your unconventional guy. He's got 5 saves this year. That's his career high, 5 saves.
Yeah, these guys have been doing really well, and dare I say there's still some kind of roles that they're kind of falling into to some degree. I mean, Toussaint's been the long guy, been helping out the bullpen, and then at the end of these games that they've been winning, you're starting to see the same guys come out of the bullpen, and they're doing the job.
This is the first time in the last 3 years that we haven't had to go more than 4 innings out of our bullpen. That says a lot about your starting pitching, but you know what it really says? It says that, hey, when you don't have to tax that bullpen all year long and make them pick up so many innings, these guys actually, guess what? They're a little bit more rested. They kind of start defining roles. They actually go out there and they pitch in situations where they're comfortable and they kind of know where they're going to be every night. This is why this bullpen is, I think, playing so much better because they're not having to go out there and pick up more than 4 innings a game.
All right, we're going to take a time out here on Angels Live pregame from outside the Big A in a warm Southern California evening as the Halos and Matt Duffy continue to get ready for this one. We're going to talk about Halo hitters. Mike Trout closing in on 30 as the first pitch is right around the corner.
Hey kids, join MLB Network and your favorite players for a show made just for you. Play ball. It's all the big moments, bat flips, and amazing plays from an exciting week of baseball and tips to up your game. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
getting ready to take on the Tigers for the first of 3 at the Big A. Trout, as he always does, signing some autographs. And 2 years ago on this day, Mike Trout, that's a great shot of him there. He made Halo history. As we take a look, a little flashback here, Tim Sam, and I'm going to leave this one to you. This was the day after tying you at 299. He'd hit number 300.
Yeah, this was during Baseball Armageddon.
To nobody.
Nobody was there. It was really surreal. And then, yeah, it was just like 3 or 4 of us in the stands. So he found me pretty easily right there. That was great. That was such a great gesture to, kind of honor me. It was only 300. It's not like 500 home runs. Come on.
I'm sure he got that ball too, right?
Yeah. I think I actually went out and picked it up for him.
Did, but we wouldn't be having that conversation if there was a yellow line.
True.
No, he would have had it. It would have taken him at least another, I don't know,
half
3 or
season?
4 months to pass me.
Oh, goodness gracious. That will never leave. Okay, let's talk about this Angel hitting. You made a good point, Tim. When you talk about the starting pitchers, they have not been able to get their run support all season long. As a matter of fact, if you look at the Tigers, their opponent tonight, along with the Angels, they are both on pace for franchise worst when it comes to batting average for a season. So, yeah, it's something where they need to clean it up. But this is going to become more of a discussion, Tim, and GA, about kind of how baseball has evolved at the plate, why there might be some struggles, and why, and what you need to do, GA. What are some of the things, and how has baseball changed, and what adjustments do some of these hitters need to make?
The game has changed in regard to the batting average has been devalued, and this is a different approach to hitting. Strikeouts, they don't care. Just walks and getting on base. So, which lends to the fact of, there's a shift now. So guys are hitting the ball in the same spot, hence the whole league why the average has dropped. So there are some things that could change, but to me, those are the blaring things.
Yeah, I would say, the Angels in particular, the glaring thing is your lineup. I mean, you've missed a lot of at-bats with Mike Trout, with Rendon, with Fletch. You've missed some of those guys that are really your core major leaguers. You wouldn't have the strike. They're number 1 in strikeouts. You wouldn't have that. These numbers are down because you've just missed so many of your core guys. You've had a lot of young guys coming up and playing. That's where that goes. But I think lead white, I would agree. I mean, the shifts, the bullpens, I mean, they're coming out facing guys. I mean, that's different from when we played. I mean, I do believe that. But I also I always go back to what you said. You've always said it, how many at-bats you got in the minor leagues. You were one of the greatest hitters in the game. And how many, you spent 4 years,
4 years
developing your hitting. And I don't think these guys do that enough. And we've seen that with the Joe Adells and some of our younger prospects. They come up and, they show some flashes, but there's areas of their game they need to work on. And I think across the league, it's systemic. You see a lot more younger players coming up faster. Hey, Torkelson with the Detroit Tigers right now, they're having issues there. I mean, so you're seeing that across the league. Younger guys coming up, maybe not getting the nurturing they need in the minor leagues to develop their swings and learn how to go the other way when they put the shift on you.
Yeah, Jay, where do they get those at-bats? I mean,
they're getting them here, and it's hard to do that here because everybody knows, the scouting is just so off the charts where you just can't hide anymore.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take one more time out here on Angels Live pregame from outside the Big A. When we do come back, we'll get you ready for first pitch. It is almost here between the Halos and the Tigers, and Mike Trout is nearing another milestone.
When you buy appliances,
it is gone!
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup, or runs one down.
He caught it! Oh, you won't see a better one than that!
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
It is gone!
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup, or runs one down.
He caught it! Oh, you won't see a better one than that!
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Live on Bally Sports. Angels baseball presented as always by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. And ladies and gentlemen, all season long, the day after the Angels win at home, fans can redeem a free medium fries with a $1 minimum purchase at participating SoCal McDonald's. Download and register on the McDonald's app. Make those kids happy. Pour them on the tray. Share them with your friends. And let's get some fries. Well, the Halos only had one bright spot yesterday. That was Mike Trout. All he did go yard. 409 feet, 103 miles an hour. Off the bat, it seemed like 109, and that was home run number 29. He is looking for his 7th 30 home run campaign of his career. It's about time for some Halo baseball. Patrick O'Neill, Mark Gubaza, Carlin Baith have the call. Angels, Tigers coming at you next.
Aubrey Plaza, are you ready to swing away?
No.
Here we go. It's like you're aiming at me or something.
Yeah!
Are we cool or?
I told you this is the best day of my life! Sup?
I have a lot of anger.
100 points! Numbers mean nothing to me!
Is this a mic? Oh, nice.
Not to laugh!
Ow, you felt that?
I did.
So I am a witch.
Yeah, you are a witch.
So you're good at hitting home runs, right?
I've never hit a home run in my life, but I've gotten close.
Oh, let's go. Let's try it out.
We're not leaving until I get a home run.
Oh! Jojo, you're so good. You're so young and you've done so much. What's your secret?
I think I just really love life, so I just pick my right foot up and then keep going. Come on! Ah! That went over, right? It went over! Freaking love baseball.
SoCal Hyundai dealer.
The heart of your team. The heart of LA West. The heart of the fan.
Tonight's ball game is brought to you by Hyundai. Happy Labor Day from the Big A. It's Angels baseball as they welcome in the Detroit Tigers for 3 to close out this 9-game homestand. And for Shohei Ohtani, he needs to keep the pressure on Aaron Judge, who went deep again today. He's got 54, but Ohtani just continues to marvel on both sides of the baseball to perfection. Welcome inside our broadcast booth with Mark Gubaza. I'm Patrick O'Neill. Go back to August 1st. first for Ohtani. Both sides. He's been crushing it.
Oh, Patrick, he's making a case for MVP again this season, what he's done on the mound and what he's been doing at the plate. But when you go back to what he's done throwing and starting on the mound since August 1st, he's got an ERA 1.96. Opponent's batting average against him is .223. 36 strikeouts in those 6 starts and his 10 walks. He's dominating. By the way, loving that sinking fastball, touching 100 miles an hour last time out. Swinging the bat, though, during this stretch, too. Every bit as hot since August 1st. 303 batting average, 8 home runs, a slugging percentage over 600, and OPS just barely under 1,000. So even with all those innings and all those dominating performances on the mound, it has not slowed him down, swinging the bat, putting up MVP numbers at the plate and on the mound.
Said 4 weeks left in the season. Just keep on going, playing hard. Let's see where the chips fall.
Yeah, I mean, an off day yesterday, so expect some magic. He has some good career numbers against the Tigers. I expect something magical tonight.
All right, well, listen, Mike Trout, he's got 3 MVPs, and he also crushes the Tigers, and he hit one last night. He's 1 behind Shohei Ohtani. It's a little Monday Nitro from the Big A. We have lineups, first pitch, and El Demente, Jose Suarez on the bump.
Join Kevin Millar and Steven Nelson on a quest for legends worthy of the sacred prize. It's unpredictable pin and chase coverage that will have you on the edge of your seat. Join the adventure on Intentional Talk, only on MLB Network.
A new quest has begun.
A quest for success.
Wow! What a star by that one.
A quest for redemption. My quest begins now.
Unbelievable!
All the way to October.
Oh my goodness!
Only on MLB Network.
That's gone! Struck him out!
Our national pastime, all the time.
And let's not forget about the 3-time MVP. Just 1 off the pace of Shohei Ohtani for the team lead. And against the Detroit Tigers in 54 career games, 25% of his hits are long balls. He looks to keep that going. Next.
Get closer to the action.
You gotta be kidding me.
Closer to the big blast.
Way, way, way out of here.
Closer to the great grabs.
Took a home run away.
Closer to the jaw-dropping plays.
Unbelievable.
With more highlights.
He struck him out.
More analysis.
You're going to see athleticism like you've never seen before.
And more live look-ins.
Wow.
Nobody gets you closer to the game every night. Only on MLB Network.
on September 5th of 2022. Another warm one. But it's great to have everybody here with us alongside Mark Gubaza, Patrick O'Neill. A little revenge, perhaps, against the Tigers, who took 2 of 3 back in Detroit.
Yeah, they pitched really, really well in there. And they had some timely hitting there, too, to win 2 out of 3 against the Angels in the Motor City.
But the big bats are back for the Halos. We'll have Trout and Ohtani in the lineup. It's Suarez going to be taking the bump, going against Tyler Alexander. And for the Angels, though, the bats need to kind of heat up, because against Houston in the 3 games, their batting average was 165. So the approach against Alexander certainly will be interesting.
Yeah, and when you get an opportunity, when you get guys in scoring position, you just got to shorten up and to have productive swings up there, whether you're getting a productive out or getting them home with a base hit.
But let's look at what we've seen from Jose Suarez of late. Because in his last 6 starts, you see the ERA right there, 2.12. Certainly a lot of talk and attention goes to Sandoval, Detmers, and Ohtani on the bump. But Suarez is making a case to be part of that big 4.
And a lot more confident on the mound and using that 2 and 4 seam changeup. His slider has been really good. My go-tos, though, for Suarez to continue this stretch he's been on, in which he's thrown the ball very, very well, is changeups, that being a 2 and 4 seam changeup in the lower zone for strikeouts for Suarez here this evening, and command the upper quadrants with his fastball. He gets that fastball. It's a sneaky fastball, 4-seamer upstairs. He gets a lot of swing and misses.
It's that 4-seamer, though, that might get hit more than the other quality pitches, which will break down throughout the ball game. Let's take a look at the Detroit Tigers batting order here tonight. The rookie Riley Green, and a good one, has a 13-game hitting streak leading off, followed by Willie Castro and Javier Baez. Then it's Eric Haas, Harold Castro, Spencer Torkelson, another rookie, Kerry Carpenter, Ryan Kreidler from UCLA, excuse me, I don't want to make that mistake. Oh boy. And then Victor Reyes in left field. Kreidler from UCLA. Let's get an 8-clapper. I'll have to do one with that mistake. Let's take a look at the Angels defense. Not didn't completely go there. Joe Waddell, Mike Trout, Taylor Ward is the outfield. Infield third to first, Rengifo, Velasquez, Fletcher, and Duffy. And behind the plate doing the catching, Max Stassi.
And Luis Rengifo, especially with the lefty on the mound, and Suarez ground ball action. A lot of times you'll see that at third base. His 19th start at third base, combined to be able to turn 58 double plays with 13 E's at second base. Played 62, majority being 13 at shortstop, but 19, he's been making some solid plays at the hot corner, especially with that strong throwing arm he has.
And that's the thing that's been impressive of late. He's not making any mistakes with that throw. It's on a line and a gun, and he's getting them. So here we go, about to be underway. Starting a 3-game series against the Tigers. Now home plate umpire Paul Emmel.
That's a pretty good pitch.
Does not call that a strike. Riley Green, again, 13-game hitting streak, and played very well against the Angels in that 3-game series. Detroit took 2 of 3. And that's going to possibly stay fair. He's going to let it go foul. Wise decision.
Yeah, and you got to make sure you touch that right away, because sometimes that'll roll back into fair territory. Riley Green has been on some kind of roll. No pun intended here with that slow roller going down the first base line.
Nice.
13-game hit streak, 396 / 458, 623 with 6 extra base hits. 6 RBIs at 10 runs scored. That home run he hit off of Shohei Ohtani in Detroit was the longest home run that Shohei has ever allowed. So he's got power, but he has good speed. This is a really good all-around player. That's why he was a first-round draft pick.
Count's going to be 1-2 as he fouls that one back. The 13-game hitting streak, the longest for a Tigers rookie since Chris Shelton.
Ooh, there's that 4-seam fastball that runs up very effectively. Stays on that true plane out of his hand. Doesn't drop a whole lot in the strike zone.
Another warm one tonight. First pitch, 92 degrees. And the 2-2. Good pitch, got him looking.
Boy, painted the outside corner with a four-seamer. So he went fastball up, and you got Riley Green thinking breaking ball or changeup, and got fastball right on the outside corner, 94. And he knew it.
Suarez, he doesn't get a lot of his strikeouts looking. That's only the 10th this season looking, and the 78th overall.
It's a Tiger team, when you go back since August 1st, has been really, really solid against left-handed pitching, especially on the starting side. A 281 batting average against left-handed starters.
Willie Castro, the batter now, with one down. Swings through the four-seamer.
Liking that fastball use already in this game. It's only the second batter, but trusting that sets up his go-to pitches later on in the game, or in those key spots with runners in scoring position. Coming in the game, about 42% of his pitches are fastballs. Already in this game, quite a few of them.
Well, establish the fastball early, and we'll see that slider usage maybe come into play here tonight. That's something like that, 1-2.
Look what that fastball has been since the All-Star break. You know, in zone, so less in the middle part of the plate. Because of that, opponent's slugging percentage goes down considerably, almost 300 points. So 395 slugging percentage versus four-seamer, since he's been able to hit the spots and not get the middle part of the plate. Those four quadrants, and then off the plate effectively with his four-seamer.
Head of the count, 1-2.
That's another late swing from a batter expecting a changeup or slider.
And he got the express. Both the Angels and Tigers strike out way too much for either team's liking. Clearly, 1-2 just reached and fouled away for Detroit. Second highest strikeout rate in the bigs at 24.3. Just behind the Angels at 26.2. A.J. Hinch, manager of Detroit. They're going to get themselves another high draft pick this year. A lottery coming up, but possibly guaranteed a top 3 pick. And a 1-2.
I think when you look at this team and how they built their franchise going forward, a lot of really good young pitching. A lot of them are hurt, and a lot of them will miss considerable time next season coming back from Tommy John surgery. But A.J. Hinch has a firm belief with the way their staff is set up for the future. This team is going to turn around and be a good, successful, competitive club very soon. This year, everyone expected them to be pretty solid, but it hasn't been the case. Their offense has struggled.
Only 80 home runs for the Tigers on the season, last in baseball. A 1-2. Down towards left field. Joe Adell has it, and we have 2 away.
Let's take a look at the pitch arsenal for Jose Suarez. Let's take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. What you'll see Jose Suarez throw throughout this entire game, as far as what his effective pitch would be. That four-seam fastball you see at 33, changeup 26, slider at about 17%. He'll throw his curveball 15, and also will throw that sinker, which we saw earlier there, that 94 downstairs. So sinker's been a lot more effective, but both the four-seam and sinker been better of late, setting up a really good swing and miss slider.
Now Suarez has to deal with Javier Baez. Oh, gets the call. 0-1. Javi signed a 6-year contract with the Tigers in the offseason.
It's a guy at the plate, Javier Baez, that is up there trying to do damage every pitch he sees. Amazing fielder. A lot of power. You notice his hands, a little bit of separation in his hands too. He's up, like I said, he's up there hacking. If you can get him to swing it non-strikes, you got a shot. But if you're in the zone against him, it'll be a battle.
Velocity for Suarez, leave of the hand at 95 miles per hour. And once again, ahead of the batter. And a strikeout for Suarez. 2 in the first. He gets Baez, and El Demente has it working early here at the Big A. And here come the Halos, Ohtani and Trout.
Hi, I'm CC Sabathia. If Win Reality was around when I was pitching, I would have hated it. But my son Carson's a hitter, and I don't pitch anymore, so I love Win Reality.
Dad, the camera's over here.
Be ready for real. Win Reality.
The search for high-quality meat ends here. With ButcherBox, you get 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Sourced from partners who believe in doing things the right way. Together, we can make a difference. One meal at a time. Get 2 pounds of chicken breast, free in every order for a year.
At Boll & Branch, we don't make bedding like everyone else. We make it better. We prioritize thread quality, not thread count. We source the finest 100% organic cotton to make the softest, most luxurious fabrics on earth. We're free from toxins, the way home should be. Boll & Branch is made different, so you can sleep better at night. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
From Jose Suarez, Fletcher will lead off, followed by Trout and Ohtani back in the lineup. Then it's Rengifo hitting cleanup, Ward, Duffy, and 7 through 9, Adele, Stassi, and Velasquez. And they'll be facing the left-hander, Tyler Alexander, who picked up a win in the series last month.
Yeah, a quality start, went 6 innings, 3 earned runs. Now my go-to is to have success today against him. He's not a big strikeout guy, so you got to be in the position to drive his cutter. 338 with 3 home runs versus cutter, but even more success against his changeup. So there's some big-time numbers versus cutter and changeup. Well over 300 with power numbers versus those 2 pitches.
Not a big strikeout guy. Tell that to the mustache. I'll have a word for you. Doesn't walk many guys, Gooby, but he also doesn't have a really high velo, and the contact rate at 85.5%, most in the bigs. And Fletcher takes a strike.
Not a big ground ball pitcher, more of a guy that's going to live in the upper third.
Ground ball, there's the rookie. Kreidler throws out Fletcher. Now here comes Mike Trout.
Mike Trout coming to the plate here tonight's Hyundai Key for the game day. A little motley crew. Don't go away mad. When you get your pitch in your zone, go out there and attack it. Especially mentioned that changeup, which Trout hits very well, and cutter. So don't go away thinking, okay, I missed my pitch. Be ready to attack that pitch. This played down in Petco and SoFi recently. Motley crew.
Love it. See if Trout could get a hold one on a line, a real live wire. He's got the 29 home runs, one off of Shohei Ohtani's team lead, but in 160 fewer plate appearances or at bats. I mean, Who do you have in that? What horse do you have in that race down the stretch for the team lead? I think if you're handicapping it, considering that, the Trout's got to be the guy.
I know he's got 4 more games coming up shortly with Seattle, so that certainly helps out with Trout.
I don't think you lose either way, really.
Have a 35 plus for each one of them. That'd be good. That means the team's going to play well down the stretch.
Like it. Upstairs, good count now for Mike, 3-1. Trout was 0 for 3 against Alexander in that meeting on the 20th of August.
Paints the outside corner with his fastball. High percentage 3-2 against right-handed batters between his changeup and his cutter. Went with his cutter on that one. It was a pretty good pitch, especially after he painted the fastball outside corner at the knees.
One out here, bottom of the first, scoreless, just underway in a 3-2. Facing Mike Trout.
So the 2 pitches that Alexander has struggled with, cutter and changeup back-to-back against Trout. Trout able to foul that one off. That's a pretty tough changeup. I wonder if he's going to try to go upstairs with a fastball now. See those numbers, 4th worst changeup and 5th worst as far as batting average versus his cutter.
Little flare out towards right field, and that's going to drop for a hit right in front of Castro. 1 out knock for Trout. That's going to bring up Shohei Ohtani. So take another look at the battle. Mike wins.
Goes fastball. Trout goes a little inside out on it. Good battle throughout. There's some pretty good pitches Alexander threw him in that sequence to get a base hit out of it, because you know the next at bat he's going to be ready, especially early in the count. Look and remember the pitches he threw to him first AB. So even though he pitched him well, Trout still managed to get a hit.
Well, earlier today it was Aaron Judge hitting his 54th home run. Ohtani looking to keep pace in that MVP race.
Ohtani 2 for 3 against Alexander.
Earlier, here's what Aaron Judge did, 54 home runs, and he does not miss this one. Hits that one a long way, and he is certainly on pace to set that American League home run record. On pace for 65, in fact.
I was watching that game, and as soon as that slider out of the hand of McGill, and he knew it was gone. He didn't even give it a courtesy look, because that was a mammoth home run, second deck at Yankee Stadium to left field. Back-to-back 91-mile-an-hour fastballs against Shohei.
Surprised he didn't take a pass at either one of those.
Thinking he's just looking for an all-speed pitch. And Shohei's got really good numbers. You look at his numbers versus breaking balls. 915 OPS, 12 home runs. Could always look fastball, react to the breaking ball. Here comes another fastball in, it looks like.
Shohei wants to make sure that Haas is okay behind the plate on the foul ball. Alexander, second-round pick, 2015 TCU, Carroll High School in South Lake, Texas. And certainly could be cast in the next Tombstone movie that is. Towards right field on the line, going back on it is Castro, leaps up off the wall. So Trout's rounding second. He's going to be held up there. And that's a one-out double by Shohei Ohtani.
That's all his power on that one. That's a slider he went down and got and lines it off the wall for his 21st double this season. Now 3 for 4 against Alexander. So he's slightly out in front, but keeps his hands back and lines it off the wall. Just missed. So that bottom part of the wall. And Trout's got to wait, make sure it's down. And then there's no way, especially the right field, to be able to go all the way around from first base, even with Trout's speed. Gives Rengifo an opportunity to give the Angels an early lead here. See if they'll bring the infield in. It looks like they're going to play halfway in. Except for Baez with his throwing arm, he feels he can make that throw still at shortstop.
Well, a chance for Luis Rengifo to give the Angels an early lead. And he was trying to do just that on the first pitch. 11 homers, 19 doubles, 39 runs driven in for Rengifo in a breakout season.
A.J. Hinch, especially with the offense for the Tigers, where they struggle, figures they got to try to make a play at the plate if his ball's on the ground. Even though you don't want to have a big inning going against you in the first inning, but when an offense is struggling, you're more apt to take chances with the infield in. Or partially in.
Rengifo also 2 hits off Alexander in that loss back in Detroit. And the 0-2 downstairs, 1-2. So a flare single by Trout, and a double by Ohtani. Alexander and the Tigers on the ropes here early. Little flare out to left center field. Nobody there. It's going to drop. Good base running by Shohei. RBI single for Rengifo, and it's 1-0 Angels.
An awkward slide. Hopefully Shohei's okay on that one. I think that caught him by surprise how quickly they got that throw into third base. He was reading that baseball down. The hard slide in there for Ohtani, and a little flare works for Rengifo, making some contact. Playing deep with the infield halfway in, falls in nicely. See that hard slide at the bag by Shohei. As he's going back, he sees that baseball is going to go down, and he was anticipating maybe that they were going to make the throw to home. A quick throw to third and a hard slide at the base by Ohtani.
Well, Rengifo delivers his 40th RBI on the season. Here's Taylor Ward. Runners on the corners. Ohtani at third and Rengifo at first. Third hit of the inning.
Opponent's in 278 against Alexander. A whip of 1324, so he's got some traffic. Well, and every time I look up at him, I think of the other Alexander back in the day with the Tigers. That would be Doyle Alexander, right-handed version with the stash going.
A good call. Rocket over the Tigers dugout. Netting there. Everybody safe.
Somehow if Shohei hit that, he would have told them,
yes.
Watch out. Still going back to that trade for Doyle Alexander, got traded for John Smoltz, although when he went to the Tigers, helped them to the postseason, was 9-0 that year. Although Smoltz, who turned out pretty good. Yeah, Smoltz turned out pretty good for the Braves, though. Still love what John Smoltz says about Shohei Ohtani when he sees him pitch. He says he's Jacob deGrom, that type of stuff. If he just pitched, he said he could dominate like him. I'm like, well, he's still dominating like that, and he's swinging the bat.
Already 1-0 Halos, first and third. 1-2 to Ward. A soft ground ball. We're going to get the lead runner there at first base. That's going to be an RBI for Ward. Ohtani scores. It's 2-0 Angels.
It's always good to see those productive outs. I mean, even though you would love to see a base hit for Taylor Ward, it's getting the job done, getting that run home. We'll get some high fives going in there, including as soon as he gets in there from Jeremy Reed and the rest of the staff and the players, getting the job done, especially with 2 strikes, getting the run home.
There's Matt Duffy. Opportunity to drive it a run with 2 outs. Rengifo at second. Limited opportunities for Duffy, who just played in game number 600 of his career yesterday. With runners in scoring position, 9 for 22, 400 batting average. Look at the numbers for Alexander among MLB starters. Minimum 10 starts. He just does not get the swing and miss.
Yeah, whiff percentage of under 17%. So he looks for that soft contact against him, and there's been some soft contact, except for the baseball that Shohei Ohtani hit.
Duffy sends that foul into the seats. You had a chat with Duffy today, right? With an upcoming Goopy Tuesday in the works.
Yes.
I guess we don't really get a tease then. We just play that cool. All right.
Gotta play it off.
There's that soft contact. Rengifo tries to screen Baez, but he's got a strong throwing arm. Gets Duffy.
It's me, the summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Want more hits? Train and win reality. Improve timing, pitch recognition, attack rate, and get more hits. Hitters love it, but pitchers.
I'm glad I'm retired.
Be ready for real. Win reality.
stirring right now. Two names in particular you can't escape: Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. We are privileged to see Shohei Ohtani play here at the Big A, as are his teammates. I spoke with Mike Trout earlier, and he stated his case on why he feels Shohei would make a great AL MVP. Guys, he sounds pretty confident there, and I've heard, Patrick, I've heard you and Gooby talk about it. I've heard the pregame show talk about it. What he's doing is incredible. I just keep thinking about that record, you know, breaking Babe Ruth's record, and he's padding it at that with 30 home runs right now, 11 wins on the season. Still a month to go. A lot more pad he could add to that, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be crucial for Ohtani to really wow the voters based on Aaron Judge doing this for the New York Yankees. That hallowed record of Roger Maris passing Babe Ruth in 1961 with 61 homers. It's just that iconic number. As you see that ball hit to David Fletcher, he gets Haas on an excellent defensive play.
By the way, he's a phenomenal defender. Gold Glove finalist last year at second base. Has been a Gold Glove finalist at third base in his career. Drafted as a shortstop. Makes his play on the shortstop side of the bag for Fletch. What a play that is, getting that first out of the inning after your offense scores you 2 runs. But going back to that conversation for MVP, nothing settled for me until they last 26, 27 games. I think that's what it's going to come down to. Who stays the hottest all the way down the stretch? Because there's a lot of people could be swayed one way or the other way, and Judge is doing phenomenal stuff, but no one, zero player has ever done what Shohei Ohtani has done.
Ever, and I don't think it's going to happen again. I mean, the only guy that could possibly do it would be Shohei next year to qualify as a pitcher and a hitter. And Duffy's going to take care of Harold Castro himself. 2 quick outs here for Jose Suarez. 4 more starts for Ohtani. If he could get to 162 innings to qualify as a pitcher and as a hitter, that's a historic milestone.
Yeah, going through all my work today, seeing a Shohei Ohtani's name as far as top in ERA and all those categories, because he's still on that list as far as now top pitchers in the American League. It's great to see that. Now a couple days it will fall back off again until he gets back out to the mound, but it's great seeing how dominant he has been. When you talk about slugging percentage at the plate and slugging percentage against on the mound, I mean, he's incredible.
He's 6th in both of those categories. As a hitter, he has the 6th best slugging, and as a pitcher, the 6th best slugging against.
I mean, something about if he can get the 200 strikeouts,
19 away, I don't see why he can't.
And have an ERA, 2.5, maybe, anywhere between 2.5, 2.7 on the mound. Wow. Yeah.
You're going to have some explaining to do if you don't vote for him for the American League MVP with those type of numbers. It was like you were just amazed by the shiny, sparkling object. No disrespect to what he's doing. Judge is having a spectacular season.
The youngster here, Torkelson, he was quick on that one.
Arizona State, #1 overall selection.
That was 112 miles per hour exit velocity on that foul ball.
Got into the seats. So
I hope everyone's okay.
Yeah, second that. 2 down, 2-0 Angels. Top of the second. 2-2. Now he's behind in the count, 3-1. Inside for ball 4. And with the walk, let's give you a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Mix good sauce with my new spicy good sauce for spicy good sauce.
First base runner for the Tigers. Mentioned what a struggle it's been for this team offensively. Franchise low right now. Batting average at 229. Runs per game last in baseball. Slugging last.
Carpenter's got some pretty good power.
Fastball in there.
The one thing that really upsets you as a pitching coach is when you get those 2 ground ball outs, quick outs, and a 2-out walk. And I've talked to Matt Weiss a bunch of times about that. That's one thing he's tried to make sure he talks to his pitchers about is don't think you're through the inning until you get that 3rd out. Don't have a letdown.
1-1 to Kerry Carpenter.
Now all of a sudden, after quick outs on the ground, a walk, and now falling behind a hitter that can look inner half with some power. Slugging a .471 this season in a limited amount of at-bats.
It's more soft contact. Easy ground ball for Fletcher, and another clean inning for Jose Suarez.
Hey kids, join MLB Network and your favorite players for a show made just for you. Play ball. It's all the big moments, bat flips, and amazing plays from an exciting week of baseball and tips to up your game. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Season seats. For more info on becoming a season seat holder, call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/season seats. On this Labor Day, it's great to see this park and filling in here tonight on a Monday. See the Angels kick off this 3-game set with the Detroit Tigers. Up early 2-0. And here's Joe Adell. Found out today that outfielder Mickey Moniak's going to go out on a rehab assignment.
Well, just watching his last few days of batting practice, you knew, and he was out early today fielding fly balls and ground balls out in left field. So, quick little rehab assignment down in Salt Lake.
One thing Phil Nevin was saying that as soon as he fouls the ball or feels that tingling in that finger, he's going to feel it a little bit because there's some pain tolerance for Mickey Moniak he's going to have to deal with. Broken bone on the tip of the finger. Another swing and a miss for Adell. 1-2.
It's good to see him back, though. There was talk initially that maybe we wouldn't see him in the active roster. Sees him in a few games in AAA. We might see him back in this upcoming road trip.
going to Houston and then Cleveland. A 6-game trip and a chance to see Lorenzen back on the bump Friday. He's just got to be fired up for that.
Yeah, today I saw him, smile on his face. He can't wait to go back. Still has a smile on his face. Well, anytime you're around David Fletcher, you're always going to be laughing. Can't help that one.
Two-way player. He's kind of always wondered why maybe he wouldn't have a chance to swing a bat in a situation when they might need him. That's in there. Dell strikes out looking. 1 down.
Part of that reason, too, is he wanted to concentrate on getting back to being a starting pitcher, which he hadn't done since 2015. Yeah. That cutter, Alexander, you feel like if he's going to get strikeouts, and I even go back to that game, we only had, what, 1 against the Angels. It's going to be, or 2, I should say, last time. A lot of them are going to be looking, freezing hitters looking for another pitch.
Max Stassi takes a strike. Just to put it in perspective, the 2 runs that the Angels scored in the first, last time they scored in the first period, August 20th at Detroit. That's 15 games ago. And the last time they scored multiple runs in the first, got to go back to July 24th at Atlanta, 41 games ago. I thought it felt kind of nice to get a couple in the first.
Yeah, that last game out against the Angels where he struck out 2, both were looking for Alexander. Yeah, it's nice to see that early runs. It allows you as a pitcher to be more so aggressive. Even if you miss in the zone, you feel you could still get away with a mistake or 2.
Popped up the first baseman. Torkelson has it, 2 away. Well, a squid sighting Henry Velasquez stepping up to the plate. Last time he squared off against Tyler Alexander, he did this, Oppo.
It's a pretty good poke going the other way, Comerica Park. And a splash.
Some Angel fans took notice of the Trout home run and perhaps no cowboy hat.
That's because that was a giveaway just the day before. That's why. They were all given away.
That's your story. You're
yeah,
just
sticking with it. Okay. There it is. There we go.
There's plenty. There's plenty around the Big A. Nice work by the crew on it. Fletcher on deck. And a 2-0 count to Velasquez.
Good hack on a 2-0 pitch. He was trying to go opposite field again. By the way, how about that race in the AL Central? Whew. White Sox beat Seattle. It broke their 7-game winning streak today. They're only 1 game back. Well, it depends on the Cleveland game today against Kansas City. Minnesota lost.
Wow,
what a race.
Pick a winner, Gooby. And have to check the schedule.
I still think that talent-wise,
Chicago. Yeah. Out to right field, hit pretty well. If that has a chance to stay fair, but it goes foul. You got the veteran manager Tony La Russa. Well, of course, you got Tito with the Guardians.
Yeah, but Tony La Russa was getting some. He's getting checked up. Yeah,
I hope he's going to be all right.
You know, Cairo, he's doing the interim managing job for the White Sox. Wishing all the best to Tony La Russa. Worked here with the Angels just a few seasons ago. Special assistant, Hall of Famer.
Another strikeout looking. Velasquez strikes out. It's a clean second for Alexander.
A new quest has begun.
A quest for success.
Wow!
What a star by that one.
A quest for redemption. My quest begins now.
Unbelievable.
All the way to October.
Oh my goodness.
Only on MLB Network.
That's gone. Struck him out.
Our national pastime, all the time.
It is gone.
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup,
Swing and a miss.
or runs one down.
He caught it. Oh, you won't see a better one than that.
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Angels and Detmers, Sandoval, and Ohtani. How about this? Top ERA since All-Star break. 5+ starts. Our Kia player profile proves that. Verlander, Rasmussen, Cease, and Suarez at 2.12.
The names ahead of him. Serious couple of contenders for the Cy Young in the American League. Suarez right there, 2-1-2. And that's not his own defense.
I think that's the NYC area code, is it not? There's a fly ball lifted to center field. Trout is under it, and Ryan Kreidler, the rookie from UCLA, a quick out. Not only Jose Suarez, here are the other names. So look at the ERA since the break, pre-break, it pretty high for all the guys, and then since the break, look at that, all in the 2s.
And when you look at the common denominator amongst all of them, yes, they've had success throwing sliders and changeups, but their fastball and their fastball usage has been better, and velocity on fastball, so it's set up those secondary pitches.
Suarez likes the fastball tonight. It's ahead of Victor Reyes, 0-1.
Good change up there, set up by the fastball.
Pulled it back on a string, 0-2. The arsenal, four-seamer and the slider and the sinker. Rengifo on the backhand, it gets by him. It's a fair ball. Rengifo tries to come in and play that on the backhand on a short hop. And that's going to be I presume, a double.
Yeah, we've seen that over the last few games. A couple of these hits go right down the line, a tough hop. It's almost as if he was looking to see if he thought that got the corner of the base, but it didn't get the corner of the base.
Just off the glove and almost clipped third base umpire Eric Backus. He pulled a matrix to get out of the way. So a one-out double, first hit of the game for the Tigers, and a runner in scoring position for Riley Green. He struck out looking his first time up.
One thing about Suarez this season, he's been really good, but the third inning, for whatever reason, has been a tougher inning for him. So see if he can get through this one. He's got a man in scoring position with one out. Reyes can run a little bit. The stolen baseman caught twice. Third inning so far this season, 13 earned runs for Suarez with an ERA over 7. That's basically a big increase from the first time through a lineup at 171 to a jump up to 271 the second time through. But you're seeing a different pitcher on the mound with Suarez, especially early in this. A lot of those numbers were early in the year.
Here's the 0-2 to Green.
We didn't miss by a lot. And with a young hitter at the plate, although Riley Green has showed some pretty good discipline at the plate, when you hear that oohs and ahs of a pitch real close, you're more apt to go after a pitch. It's not a strike the very next pitch. So see if Suarez can get him a chase.
Nice scoop by Velasquez to keep it right there. Suarez taps his chest saying, my bad.
Pretty good footwork though by Suarez. Spins around and you throw that. That's what you're trying to do, is throw it right at the base. A little bit lower than he wanted to. But if you throw that right at the base, you got a shot. But the footwork was definitely very good by Suarez.
Average age of this Tigers team, pretty young, 27, fifth youngest in baseball. 2-2. Velasquez with the nifty glove work gets him.
It's a smart play too. If there's no outs, he might try to throw to third. 110 miles per hour exit velocity on the backhand, so you might have a shot. But with one out, you got to take that play at first base. You're just happy to catch that baseball when it's hit that hard. That is a serious slap shot. With Hockey Town here, Detroit. Great play by Andrew Velasquez.
Tremendous defense. 12 defensive runs saved for Velasquez on the season. Willie Castro fouls that one away. Counts 0-1. Looks like he's going to get out of it. Fletcher under it. And he does. So Jose Suarez, 3 scoreless.
The game is changing, and so are the shows that talk about it. MLB Network's Off Base.
What's going on, everyone?
A modern baseball show for the modern baseball fan.
It doesn't get much better than sitting around and talking baseball.
Only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stands.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome.
That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by
brings back great memories, and it's certainly worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. It was hot that day, 109, and Mike Trout went into the history books with his 300th career home run.
But as remember, that day was a dry heat that day.
Ah, yes.
Baseball carried very well in the dry heat.
Passing Tim Salmon.
Trout passes to Salmon. Who knew?
And he has 339 career home runs, just past another Angel great and a former MVP, Groove Don Baylor. And there's the 3-time MVP, hit his 29th yesterday. David Fletcher takes strike one from Tyler Alexander. Also on this day in history, September 5th, 1961, Lee Thomas. That was the Angels' first ever season. And he had 9 hits in a doubleheader. Alexander, nifty glove work right there. And at the time, that was a record. Lee Thomas just passed away this past week. Former Angel, just wanted to give him a mention.
See if Trout goes to school on Tyler Alexander. Remember, he got a hit on a fastball in, but it got in on him enough. Trout may be looking early in and see if he gets that barrel out quickly and drives it.
Sigelin scored a run in the first. All-time ranks, Halo history, WAR first, homers first, runs first, second in extra base hits, third in ribbies, and fourth in hits with 15-12. And he's coming for the extra base hits and the ribbies and the hits. Coming for you.
Another cutter inside. So he's throwing him a slider and a cutter so far. You see that four-seamer percentage, cutter percentage. Goes sinker, slider, changeup.
Two and two.
Tried his changeup there. So the two pitches he has struggled the most with, he's thrown Trout both of those pitches, even that last long at bat before getting hit on a 3-2 pitch. So slider, four-seamer, cutter, changeup, and then a sinker. Still feel a cutter is coming.
And the 3-2. Oh, that's hammered down the left field line and fair. And Trout's going to cruise into second. He's got a single and now a double.
And that's that cutter coming into the game. 104 miles per hour exit velocity on that cutter against Alexander. You see that cut action? Brought those hands in and he lined a rocket down the left field line. 19th double to go along with 29 home runs for Trout. 338 batting average against his cutter, and Trout made him pay for that one.
Ohtani doubled and scored a run in the first. Tigers shift to the right. Drilled, hammered, off the wall. Going into second base. No signal, and then single now is a home run.
I'm going to say, I thought that was out.
Kiss it goodbye. Ohtani, 2-run shot, a missile. And the Angels take a 4-0 lead.
Almost reminiscent of the home run he hit against Tyon in Yankee Stadium. That baseball got out so fast. What a swing for Shohei. 111 miles per hour exit velocity. Segoy. Shohei.
Oh, Cowboy hats back. Giddy up. That ball went on a ride. Wow.
31st home run. 84 RBIs. And a splash for Shohei.
What?
Fletch got him this time.
They rehearsed that. No splash.
What a swing. What balance. Wow. Threw that baseball and he crushed it. Going 382. So double on a slider, homer on a fastball. What a swing. Shohei Ohtani. When you put it into perspective like that, that's how incredible. That's how incredible the season.
Yeah, that tells a story, doesn't it? When he gets out in front of it, it's just a missile.
Wow, that is out so fast. I mean, so fast.
Well, Castro out there in right field tried to deke everybody. He knew it was gone. Took first base umpire Bruce Dreckman a minute to signal it was gone. Rengifo with a single and an RBI. It's a little flare to the right side, drifting towards the seats. He's reached base safely here at the Big A. 26 consecutive games now.
I think most fans would love that baseball souvenir, but I think that ball was hit that hard. I think they're pretty happy that ball hit the wall. That's and good. Over there for a home run. I don't think you want to try to catch that one.
Well, on the same day that Aaron Judge hits his 54th, Ohtani has 2 extra base hits, 2 runs scored. It's going to be a great race down the stretch. Center field. And leaping up, not making the catch in center field is Green. Rengifo rounding second, digging for third, and he's in there with a triple. Green gave it everything he had.
Hopefully he's okay. He made a couple outstanding defensive plays at Comerica Park against the Angels. That's a full extension on a dive. That ball was hit well and some carry on a warm night.
Oh, look at him hit the track. Got up in a hurry.
Just couldn't control when he hit that warning track. But what an effort. What a play that almost was. Just at the top of the glove by Green.
Oh, it was in the glove.
I'll tell you what. He's going to be a really, really good player. You look up, that's a #1 draft pick for a reason. Shohei liking that. Rengifo with a single and a triple. So far this inning, they're just a single away for hitting for the cycle, the Angels. Double, homer, triple.
Fourth triple of the season for Rengifo. That would have been a spectacular catch. A tremendous effort from Riley Green, but 1 out. Rengifo 90 feet away from making it 5-0. Taylor Ward picked up an RBI. And looking for another one coming in. Diving, making the catch is Green, but Rengifo's able to score. That's another RBI for Ward. And it's 5-0 Angels. He's taking a beating out there.
Another productive out and an RBI. Taylor Ward, but what about that play out there by Riley Green? Diving after diving, going the other way over his shoulder and almost making a play. Has to come in on this one and dive face first and make a great play. But a run scores on a sac fly. Nice job by Taylor Ward. That body, wow, got to be beaten up after those 2 dives.
Well, the only way, it was good base running by Rengifo to get back to the bag, tag up, and score. And Duffy check swing, foul, as if he was able to maybe shoestring catch, throw it on the run. But he laid out, got the out, but the Angels get the run. And Duffy won a World Series his rookie year with the Giants.
By the way, it had to be a tough decision for Phil Nevin to say, hey, you need a day off yesterday for Shohei Ohtani. And Shohei wanted to play. Believe me, he wanted to play, but already you're seeing the results of having just a little bit of a breather after going 8 innings the day before and swinging the bat in an extra inning game.
It was a wise decision. It was 107 at one point degrees. Dry heat, I get it. Nevin even said it wasn't quite as bad, but there is that air conditioning. That's why that's the A spot for the manager. Just blows right up from the stairwell. 1-2. That's off the plate. 2-2. So Trout, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. Ohtani, same deal. That's hit well out to left field, and that's going to drop for another hit.
So hit for the cycle in the inning. But that single by Matt Duffy.
You put it out there in the universe, and it comes to fruition. How many in history of this type of cycle has there been? Do you have that for us?
Not quite. All I know is 2, 3, and 4. Some pretty good production so far.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Single double for Trout. Ohtani double home run. Rengifo single triple.
You can even drop it down to Ward has picked up a couple of ribbies. Joe Adell. First pitch swing, he pops it up. And Castro over and makes the play. But the Angels put up another crooked number thanks to this swing from Ohtani-san. Look at him continue to rake in the bigs.
This is the planning effect. Nina's got a lot of ideas for the future. A lot of ideas. So when she wants a plan based on what matters most, she turns to Fidelity. At Fidelity, anyone can create a free plan, a plan that can change as your priorities do. And Nina's free plan, it leaves her free to focus on what's important right now. That's the planning effect from Fidelity.
With Home Chef, your home cooking is home nailing it. Our classic all-in-one meal kits are simple enough for anyone and delicious enough for everyone. When it comes to making dinner, fill in the blanks with Home Chef. Delicious, meet simple.
Get 16 free meals when you sign up at homechef.com.
It's cheating. It's not even fair.
It's like the hitters know what I'm gonna throw every time.
I hate win reality.
I love it.
Be ready for real. Win reality.
Including tonight for the Angels, Trout and Ohtani have combined for now 9 home runs. And they've hit a home run in 8 of the 12 games. And you know Trout's gonna, anything you can do, I can do better.
Well, you go Trout's last 3 at bats, home run, single double. So he's getting hot again.
Suarez starts off Baez with the strike. So let's take a look, heating up. This is the last 11, but if you add tonight, you got 9 homers. But look at the slug and the OPS. And tonight, there it is, 2 for 2. 2 runs, and Ohtani with the long ball. Wow. I mean,
that was a laser beam out. It's so reminiscent how quickly that got out to that home run Ohtani hit in Yankee Stadium last season. It's Taillon.
Former Cub, Met, and now a Tiger, Baez. Let's have an opt-out of his contract after next season. Now a chance for Suarez. And yeah, that had me all over it. Pay attention.
You just want to have a quick, clean inning if you're Jose Suarez here. His offense is providing you some help here early.
Oh, nice.
Good start.
Change up. Gets Baez. That's his 3rd strikeout. Beauty.
Second time he has struck out Baez. Remember, he struck him out with a high fastball first at bat. Now he gets him with a changeup. Had him thinking that high changeup, and then throws the 4-seam changeup here. This is the one who fades away from a right-handed batter. Good balance, and boy, he turned that one over.
And here's the catcher, Eric Haas. Hit a ground ball to Fletcher to lead off the second. That was that outstanding defensive play turn by Fletch.
Now after all those fastballs he threw that first time through the lineup, now you're seeing him starting to use and utilize his changeup because he has him looking and thinking fastball. That's pitching.
That's great to see. And also Stas behind the plate calling a good game. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Back-to-back Ks for El Demente, Jose Suarez.
I love that sequence for Suarez, too. He threw a changeup in there, a slider down, and then a fastball 4-seamer upstairs. Stays on that plane all the way to the catcher's mitt, Max Stassi.
Here's Harold Castro. Well, you mentioned Hockey Town. Let's see if Suarez can get the hat trick here. Strike out the side. In there. When you mentioned that hard slap shot to Velasquez, were you trying to go with maybe a Nick Lidstrom?
I'm always thinking of Yzerman every time I'm thinking
okay.
Of the Red Wings.
Yeah, Stevie Y, good call. 0-2.
Little slow motion wave going here today. They're trying to create some wind and some air, but it's a slower version.
Well, they've got earth and wind going. We don't need any more fire, though. It's hot enough.
He's liking his fastball. It's 94, 95 today. Generally about 91 to 95. He's feeling good with his fastball. We'll see if he goes to his slider to get the punch out the sides.
Two and two. What do you like here?
I think I know he's thinking slider, but I think a fastball in would tie him up.
A soft contact. Duffy's got to hurry to the bag. Did he find it? Indeed, he did. Another clean inning for Suarez. 5-0 Halos.
Took a mirror to the back. I was like, oh, wow. My Harris did a search and found Hims. Asked a few medical history questions. I could do it from anywhere. There's a product out there that actually works.
Get started today at 4hims.com.
Hey, it's me. The summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
Nice.
What?
With the Game Time app, I'd pay 60% less than this guy.
60%?
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price. Download Game Time now. Nice shirt.
The search for high-quality meat ends here. With ButcherBox, you get 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Sourced from partners who believe in doing things the right way. Together, we can make a difference, one meal at a time. Sign up today at butcherbox.com for a special offer.
Why Suarez's fastball a little more effective overall this season as compared to Alexander. The separation between a 92.6-mile-an-hour fastball average at the front of the plate and a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. You're talking about 1.5-foot difference as far as getting to home plate from a 92.6 to a 90.1-mile-an-hour fastball. So, hence, that's why you see him not a lot of strikeouts or swing and misses with his fastball for Alexander as compared to what we're seeing from Suarez here tonight. It gets on you a lot quicker. That extra velocity plus that zip and that ride he has on his four-seamer upstairs.
And Tyler Alexander's been touched up for 5. Stassi leads off bottom of the 4th. Angels have had great success against Detroit going back to 2011. 47-26 record, including a series loss back in August. I know Miggy Cabrera isn't playing, one of the all-time greats. I wish he was in the lineup. He's out with a biceps injury. Stassi hits that ball pretty well. Center field over is Riley Green to make another play. Catch the Angels action from Jerome's. Best seat in the house. Sign up for a chance to win at jeromes.com.
Is that an icy there?
It most certainly is.
It's a very comfortable seat. Best seat in the house.
What's up? How are you?
What's up? What's up? Nice family. Hope you're enjoying the ball game. That leather lounge chair, though, might be a little sticky on a night like tonight. That's a little tapper over the mound by Velasquez, and Castro had to hurry and he got him.
By the way, A.J. Hint's been trying, just dealing with some injuries here and there for Miguel Cabrera, to try to play him the first game of a series and then try to rest him. But now with another injury for Miguel Cabrera, who's on his way to the Hall of Fame. What a career he has had, and all the indication are he's going to continue to play. It's had a big year this year with the hits and the home runs, and it's always fun when he comes to the ballpark and he's in that batter's box. And there's so many comparisons all the time with Trout and Miguel Cabrera when you think about what they did coming together and what, if you could project what they're going to look like as far as numbers at the end of Trout's career, and the same thing with Miguel Cabrera. Very similar numbers.
Yeah, we'll have a chance to dive a little bit further into that and see what happens on this pitch. And Fletcher hits it out to right field. And the play is made by Willie Castro. 5-0 Halos.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network. Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
$4. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more info regarding the Coca-Cola Angels Family Fun Pack, visit angels.com/fun pack.
Oh,
it's awesome.
So good.
It's awesome.
So good.
I love it. Great work by Johnny on the camera down there. Johnny found me and my brother-in-law Scott with the sign. Maybe you remember that?
Were you here? I don't remember.
Like Frostad gave me a little grief about that. Spencer Torkelson is leading off. His 5th
sequence right now working for Suarez against Torkelson. He goes backdoor slider, changeup.
Did that. 3rd overall pick, number 1 in Tigers history. No pressure. You have an opinion on why the league batting average is the lowest it's been since 1969, and you got 5 teams that are in the process of having an all-time low as far as batting averages.
There's a couple reasons. Pitching, especially the velocity, the high velocity of pitching now makes it more difficult for hitters, especially when you're seeing 2 to 3 pitchers every day with even harder velocity coming in out of the bullpen. Shifts on, taking away potential ground ball hits, and the emphasis on lifting the baseball in the air. So all those things come into play. To lift the baseball in the air most times it's got to be a mistake type pitch. But I mean, you're going to see, like everything else, the evolution will work its way back to everyone's going to get that batting average go up a little bit. But you're looking for production. That's what you want.
That's lifted center field.
I mean, you go back to the Atlanta Braves last year won a World Series. There was a lot of strikeouts in their game. yet it's a power game, and you still win a World Series relying on the home run ball. So you're still looking for production, looking for some power. I think sometimes we all read into that a little bit more than we really should about the batting average. It's all about how much fun the game has been this season. I think it's a lot better, a lot more. We're seeing a lot more athletic plays in the field, so more baseballs put in play.
Carpenter, a little flare left field, but Joe Adele has him played perfectly 2 down. Let's give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Well, I like it. Just hearing what you had to say about all the excitement in baseball, I agree. So I'm not gonna harp on it. But I will tell you that Ryan Kreidler played for John Savage and that team in 2019 at UCLA, won 52 games. That's a school record.
By the way, Coach Savage has done an amazing job with UCLA Bruins.
Has he ever? Great coach, great guy. 27 players coached by Savage have made it to the bigs. 5 Bruins this year made their MLB debut. Kreidler's from Davis, California. That team in 2019 was #1 in the nation for 12 straight weeks. He just made his debut. Kreidler did last week. Fun fact, he owns 130 different hats.
That is a good fact, and it's a fun fact.
Yeah, we're going to give him one of the cowboy hats just to bump it up to 131.
What we hear about him is he's already a plus defender at third base. Now just waiting for the bat to go along with the glove, because he can pick it at third base.
No doubt he's got family and friends here tonight. Suarez 1-2. A little tapper. Let's see if he can make a defensive play. Gloves it. Oh, he was unable to get a clean grip on the baseball. And he's going to have a laugh on that one through some sort of palm ball.
Well, he has 2 types of changeups he throws. That might have been the 3rd type. Gets at his baseball. He was going with the palm ball here.
Yeah.
So he went with a different type of changeup.
I'm laughing with him. That's what it is.
I mean, did a nice job getting to that baseball, but you see that base.
He's laughing with us too. So
he goes, you know what? I'm going to create another changeup. I'm going to go with a palm ball. I got my 2-seam, my 4-seam. Yeah, I'm going to go Ohtani-like and just create another changeup.
Pitch just right.
Yes.
Although that one was just a bit outside. Out towards right field. Taylor Ward's like, I got you. I got you. We can all laugh about it now, all of us, including Suarez.
Get closer to the action.
You gotta be kidding me.
Closer to the big blast.
Way, way, way out of here.
Closer to the great grabs.
Took a home run away.
Closer to the jaw-dropping plays.
Unbelievable.
With more highlights.
He struck him out.
More analysis.
You're going to see athleticism like you've never seen before.
And more live look-ins.
Wow.
Nobody gets you closer to the game.
Every night.
Only on MLB Network.
Every time he takes the field, he competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
And Gooby, you mentioned it. So you take Miguel Cabrera's career, the numbers on the left, remarkable. And you can take Trout's numbers as they are right now, multiply them by 2, and it's amazing how almost on the number they are with Cabrera.
And both really have driven the baseball throughout their careers to right field, center field, whole power. Amazing numbers when you put them together. How similar, you know, Trout will obviously with stolen bases and a few other categories, but when you talk about hits, total bases, right at the same number almost.
You know, Trout would have to play another 9-10 years to, you know, get to those type of games played from Cabrera. Don't put it past him, though. Bottom of the 5th, 5-0 Angels. And Trout's 2 for 2.
Remember that double he hit last at bat, that rocket, what it was, about 110 miles per hour exit velocity, was on a cutter.
Destroyed that one. Gone! He's 3 for 3. And that's home run number 30 on the year. 7th time he's hit that mark. Mike Trout. And it's 6-0 Angels.
What a shot that was. How quickly that got out. Smashed it. Boy, Trout. Single, double, home run. Cycle watch for Trout now, early in the game still. Grab that cowboy hat for number 30 of the season for Trout. Back-to-back games with a home run, and then here comes Fletch. Oh, yes! He did the Matrix.
Ohtani not wasting any time. Line drive and handled by Torkelson. Goodness.
Oh, wow. That baseball was crushed by Trout. And all speed, that was a changeup. So he hit the changeup, home run, double, and a cutter. And he rocket way out for Trout. Joe Doug goes, wow.
There's a Tigers fan, J.K. Simmons. You can see him right in the middle there in the dark shirt.
Did he say for the love of the game or for love of Mike Trout?
Stay hot, Giffey. Luis Rengifo into right field. And Rengifo has singled, tripled, and singled once again. He's 3 for 3.
The only out by the 2, 3, and 4 hitter was a line smash by Ohtani to first base.
7 seasons with 30-plus home runs. That's the most by 2 in Angels franchise history. Two more than Kingfish, Tim Salmon, Vladdy Guerrero, Albert, and Troy Gloss. Taylor Ward with 2 RBIs tonight, just 1 shy of 50. Ground ball, and Javi Baez doesn't do that very often. He kicks it, and Rengifo gets all the way to third.
By the way, going back to that home run, the Trout hit 111 miles per hour exit velocity, going 416. There's been some exit velocity in this inning.
Ball was hit hard, but Baez is known as the magician, El Mago. Unable to make the play. A meeting at the mound. That gives us a chance to give you a quick word from Kia.
Presenting Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable all-wheel drive SUVs.
Error charge to Baez. Castillo up for the Tigers in the bullpen. Still just one out here in the fifth. And Duffy, he has one of the 9 hits so far tonight for the Halos. The Angels already have scored one more run than they did in the 3 games versus the Astros.
Well, it just feels and looks right when you see Trout smiling. So Shohei hits a home run 111 miles per hour, and Trout hits a home run 111 miles per hour today. It's pretty good.
I had a feeling that Trout was going to go yard here tonight.
Well, on the anniversary of his 300th career home run on that warm but dry heat day.
Yeah. "109 degrees at first pitch on that game. And the ball's jumping out of the yard here tonight. It's not exactly cool. The 1-1. Duffy excellent with runners in scoring position on the season, hitting over 400. And Rengifo at third. Ward reached on the error. It's over at first.
Span strike zone went up on that one right there. Trying to get that baseball in the air, the drive in, 7th run.
Just looking for the extra point. That was hit well, and unable to make the play in right is Willie Castro. Rengifo's going to score easy, and Ward goes all the way to third on the double, and RBI by Matt Duffy. It seemed like Castro didn't judge the distance on that ball.
That's going to be it now for Alexander. But he's doing his job. He's trying to hit the ball in the air. And you see the route he came in, and then they go back on that one for Castro. On a warm leg like tonight, it's going to carry.
Angels have a 7-0 lead, and they knock out Alexander. Pitching change.
Covering the pennant chase? Serious business.
Boys, get on my back. You got no respect for me. No. Believe in me, baby. I'm playing Tetris, so I'm going going cross-eyed.
It's no-nonsense analysis straight from the source.
I got donuts.
This time of year, we bring our game faces to work.
Whoa, coming at you.
When we're on that couch, we are locked in.
Start flapping my arms.
MLB Tonight brings you more pennant chase coverage than anyone on MLB Network.
Spectrum Mobile has unlimited talk, text, and data. Save up to 40%. Go to spectrummobile.com today. By the OC Healthcare Agency. Build your healthiest self at angels.ocnavigator.org. And by the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get away with a great deal only at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealers today. The Angels, they just flat out broke out the whippet stick here. So Ohtani, Trout, Rengifo, Ward, Duffy, all contributing to the offense. New pitcher for the Tigers, Luis Castillo. Another young arm. Joe Adell, 0 for 2, and a chance to knock in a couple of more. Meanwhile, on the Angels pitching side of things, Jose Suarez, 5 scoreless innings, only 1 hit allowed.
Just got to continue to pitch your game. Keep telling yourself it's 0-0. Don't do anything differently.
Infield in for Detroit. Big power arm out of the bullpen. Luis Castillo.
As you can see, he throws quite a few sliders. Power sinker, 93-97.
There's that nice slider. Adell swings at, misses, 2-2. Took something off that slider. Adell strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. They'll bring up Matt Stassi. Seven-0 Angels, bottom of the 5th. 2 on, 2 out. Ball 1 to Stassi. Out to center field. Riley Green, nope, right fielder Willie Castro has that one. And it's Mike Trout joining this home run party that Shohei Ohtani got started. Destroyed that baseball. 7-0 Angels on this Labor Day. He's doing work.
Come on, Char.
All right. You ready? Oh! Yes! Charlie! That was awesome! Oh! That was fair! You see that? Charlie, you think you could sub in for me? To help the team.
Serve a nice, easy one up for me.
Last one. All right. You ready? Let's go.
Are you ready for some hot stuff?
Turning up the heat, yeah.
If you think the pennant chase is intense,
why would you sit there and get them all agitated? That's the last thing you want to do.
wait till you hear what the Mad Dog has to say. High Heat on MLB Network.
Baseball, Angels up over the Tigers right now, but I thought I'd pay a visit to a special Tigers fan, J.K. Simmons. J.K., you got called out because they did a look-alike cam showing your face, found somebody else in the crowd to show, but then ultimately revealed that you were in the crowd as well. People went nuts. It was a great reception, but we got to know, how did the Detroit fandom start, and how are you feeling today at the Big A?
It started in probably kindergarten in roughly 1960 in Detroit, where I was born and lived the first 10 years of my life, and fell in love with, Al Kaline and Willie Horton and those guys.
Apologies for the score right now. I know you said they were going to be mounting their big comeback here in the 6th, but
yeah, I mean, we got 12 outs to play with. So what is it? It's only 7 to nothing. We'll be fine.
Being able to see some of the Angels superstars up close, Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, especially tonight, you got a pretty good view. What are your thoughts on those two guys?
All too good a view of both of those guys tonight. I mean, I think the combined exit velocity of their hits is 1,000 miles an hour tonight. We're waiting to start that big comeback. Just routine ground ball to first there, but whoa, we're coming back.
Well,
Ohtani has always killed us. He's unbelievable. I mean, he's obviously unique in the modern game. He's just amazing.
No truer words have been spoken. We want you to be able to enjoy some of these at-bats here because your Tigers are up right now. But I know you got a movie on the way, new one coming out. Can you tell us anything about it, or is it top secret?
Everything's always top secret, but one that's in the can and waiting to see when it'll come out. Theaters or streaming or whatever is called You Can't Run Forever. It's a bit of a thriller, a bit of a drama, and directed by, well, let me just say I got the job because I sleep with the director.
It's his wife, guys.
My wife, Michelle Schumacher, wrote and directed, and we're excited. It's a whole, we're excited about it.
Very cool. We can't wait to check that one out. Thank you so much for chatting with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Go Tigers.
Patrick.
Hey, Carlin, I want to ask him if you think Billy Chappell can get out Shohei Ohtani or Mike Trout. I just got to know that. Could Billy Chappell keep that perfect game against those two?
Do you think Billy Chappell could keep a perfect game against Shohei or Mike Trout? Mark Gubiza upstairs was wondering.
Billy Chappell could shut down any roster, anywhere, anytime. Yeah, mostly because of his superior manager.
There's your answer.
Way to go. Great answer.
That's tremendous.
A base hit. Somebody wearing a gray uniform. Just got
Whoa.
Stop the presses.
Stop the presses.
All right, Carla,
Patio.
thank you. That was tremendous.
Thank you.
That was great. I mean, J.K. Simmons was so good.
It was all about the manager. It really was.
Good question. Good question. He was the manager, J.K. Simmons, and for the love of the game, Billy Chappell with the perfect game somehow would get out Ohtani and Trout. You see Whiplash? He won the Best Supporting Actor. That's a really outstanding performance for Simmons.
Big Spider-Man fan, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So good as J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man, the trilogy. And if you need insurance, he can also help you in that respect. He was born in Grosse Pointe, Michigan.
Yeah, I think that's the same where Kirk Gibson was born, or at least lived. I know that for sure. For Gibby.
Take your word for it. What we saw in this inning, David Fletcher continue his tremendous defense on a running scoop with the glove to get Riley Green. Willie Castro, the flare single to center. And Suarez is ahead of Javi Baez 0-2. And he gets him. He has struck out Javier Baez 3 straight times. All swinging.
Last 2 times with changeups after a 4-seam fastball upstairs. That's a really good 4-seam changeup. Fade down and away.
Five strikeouts for Suarez. Eric Haas 0 for 2. Nice play made in the stands. Last time out, we saw Suarez go 6 really strong innings against the Yankees. Saw him pitch against Toronto also. I mean, this is a Tigers team that has been very good offensively. It doesn't matter. You take that baseball, you go every 5-6 days for this Angels team. Starting pitching has been real strength of this club. Going to see Mike Myers tomorrow.
I'm going to chase another high fastball. Well, you see that as far as 78 pitches, 57 of them strikes. All his pitches working.
And he got another one. I mean, he is absolutely dealing tonight. 6 scoreless for Jose Suarez.
Are you ready for some hot stuff?
Turning up the heat, yeah.
If you think the pen and chase is intense,
Why would you sit there and get them all agitated? That's the last thing you want to do.
wait till you hear what the Mad Dog has to say. High Heat on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson touching home run into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Shohei Ohtani, first time up, out in front slightly, but keeps the bat back on a line drive for a double. Shohei keeping those hands and showing how strong he is, even fooled slightly, but this swing, not fooled at all, stays back lower half through the baseball and lines that one out. And it got out, by the way, in 3.84 seconds. Shohei Ohtani's blast out 31st home run of the season. Trout with his 30th home run of the season.
Now tied for second among the American League home run leaders with Yordan Alvarez and Trout right behind him with 30.
But that's just a great example of, even if Shohei Ohtani's slightly out in front, fooled on an all-speed pitch, he still keeps his hands back and still can generate that type of power to line one like he did for a double.
You know, we watch him play every single game. We see both sides of the ball with the pitching and the offense, and blows us away each and every game with something special and moving up the record books each and every game. But I think when it comes down to the MVP vote, and listen, it's a big story. It's a two-man race. They might just look at final numbers. They might just see what's the slugging, what's the win-loss, but that slugging percentage is going to keep rising if he keeps swinging the bat like this.
Well, both of them they're just great for the game, regardless of how it ends in the end. We both are in agreement that Shohei Ohtani is the most incredible player in the game. But both of them putting up outstanding numbers. Like I said, it's great for the game when you see this talent performing. And speaking of talent performing, there's Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. That's some serious talent, back-to-back in the lineup.
2-2 to Velasquez.
You look at the home runs this season combined, 31 for Ohtani, 30 for Trout, where they've hit these baseballs, how they've used the entire field. Trout a little bit more pull power. Shohei, some pull, but also going the other way. But both have hit the ball the opposite direction a long way out. 31 home runs for Ohtani, Trout with 30. But I love that illustration of where they've hit the baseball at. It gives you, as a pitcher, quite a few nightmares because they're hitting pitches. That means they're hitting pitches away out, pitches inside out, off-speed pitches out. In other words, it's no fun.
No. You imagine if you had to look at an overlay of all the home runs that you gave up and all those pretty colors.
Wow, thank you, Patrick. And the little lights aren't twinkling, Clark.
And Fletch is 0 for 3. They could end that. One out here in the 6th. 7-0 Halos. Ground ball Baez on a couple of hops, throws across to get Fletcher, bringing up Mike Trout. And what a night. I mean, we're talking a single, run scored, double, run scored, and a homer.
That one there just made some contact on a tough at bat on a 3-2 pitch. Then a cutter, a rocket for a double down the left field line, and then this mammoth home run. 416, exit velocity of 111 for Trout. First came up, the youngest player in AL history to hit for a cycle in this ballpark. Triple away now.
He has 2 triples on the year. Why not 3?
Jared Walsh with a cycle this season for the Angels. Hope everything's going well with Walshy.
Yeah, had that surgery for thoracic outlet syndrome. Thoughts his way. Fregosi, the only Halo to hit for the cycle twice. Here's the list. Fregosi, Ford, Winfield, Havana, Figgins, Trouton 13, Ohtani in Tampa at 19. Early this year, Jared Walsh. Taylor Ward had an opportunity. It's just single shy of the cycle. I feel like there was another one also that was close.
Remember in Ohtani's cycle, that was a single his last hit. So I remember down at the Trop.
Yeah, Walsh, that's right, had a chance at 2 cycles this year. One thing is for certain, they're both seeing the ball pretty well here tonight.
It's a tough one as a catcher, a foul ball straight back on you, especially with Trout swinging the bat like that. Trout making sure Haas is okay.
Well inside, did he get a piece of him? They hit him. Now right on the hand. Looks to be
got
okay.
His hand and bat. I think I might have got the bat and his hand though. And they're looking at that. See it again. I think that's. Well,
Detroit is challenging the call of hit by pitch.
Yeah, from that angle, certainly looks like he catches the bat first. We have a Nissan umpire review underway. If they win the challenge, gives him another opportunity to swing the bat. I think we'd all prefer to see that for Mike. He's 3 for 3, needs a triple to complete a cycle. As they check this out, let's tell you about this Friday night at the Big A. Not this Friday, September 16th. The Angels take on the Mariners 6:30. First 25,000 fans receive an exclusive Trout City Connect bobblehead presented by OCNavigator.org. Want more info? Visit angels.com/promotion.
That's solid.
They've already got a request in from the old man for that Trout bobblehead.
Totally cool.
Yep. And it's rad. Well, this one taking a little
surprised it's taken this long, honestly. Trout's worked his way back to the batter's box himself.
Angels looking for their 30th win at home. 29-39 on the season.
After review, the call of hit by pitch is overturned. It is a foul ball. Count is 3-2.
This is when you just expect Trout to do something special. Well, if you miss, Ohtani waits on deck. Castillo set, and the 3-2. And he gets him. Somehow, some way, strikes out Trout.
Took a mirror to the back. I was like, oh, wow. My Harris did a search and found HIMS. I asked a few medical history questions. I could do it from anywhere. There's a product out there that actually works.
Get started today at 4hims.com.
We love going to games, but good seats get pricey. So we use Game Time. Game Time checks ticket prices in real time and finds you all the best last-minute deals. We got our seats 20 minutes ago for 60% off. Last-minute tickets at the best price in seconds. Download Game Time now.
To get more hits out here, start training in here. Introducing Win Reality. Game speed pitches anywhere, anytime. Hands in sync with eyes. Confidence in sync with your progress. Be ready for real Win Reality.
Jose Suarez, 18-6 strikeouts, 6 fly ball outs, 6 ground ball outs, and a lot of these outs, he's been getting outs in the zone. Not many chases. His fastball has been really, really good, but also his changeup. So he's effective in the zone here today and getting a few chases, but so far, all those outs distributed very well.
6-6-6, scary good.
Yes.
Really scary. 6 Ks. He's getting ahead of the count. 18 of 22 first pitch strikes, 7-0-2 counts. Oh, over the head of Harold Castro. One thing he's been able to do is retire the leadoff batter each inning. That was a rare miss His strike percentage tonight over 70%. Some soft contact. Velasquez got his hand up, calls for it, makes the play. That was a little flare.
Yes, I know.
The nature boy. Oh. Are you in charge of the game entertainment too?
Oh, you never can have enough woo from the nature boy.
One down now for Spencer Torkelson. So that's 7 leadoff hitters that Suarez has retired.
It's a great view right here.
Sure,
a hitter trying to see that pitch, and you see how that baseball, that changeup drops as it's going towards the plate. Perfect view.
Well, what that tells you sitting at home is that you have no chance at the plate. You mere mortals.
You're reading as a hitter, and all of a sudden you see that drop in the lower part of the strike zone. I mean, I think part of the reason why Suarez is as effective as he is too is he hides the baseball well. So as a hitter, especially you can see from that angle, you're not seeing the baseball until the last second out of his hand. So he hides it behind the back hip, and he could throw 4 different type of pitches now. Oh, he hides it. Great view right here. I mean, you don't see that at all.
Taylor Ward drifting over. Oh, the carries tonight. It's just, I mean, the ball just took off, went over his head. And so we saw Castro have trouble on a fly ball. Line drive, let's face it. And I got over the head of Ward, so that's going to be a double.
This fastball hard of the plate, though, that gives you a chance to react a little bit better. You see that very similar angle that Castro, he went in and then had to go back on it. Usually you think the big A at night, the baseball gets knocked down a little bit as far as carry, but not when it's warm like this.
Yeah, that was that Duffy RBI double in the 5th. Also, here's Kerry Carpenter. Hackett at the first pitch fouls it back. Just the 3rd hit for the Tigers. That's out towards Joe Adell, and he has that played perfectly, has it, and there's 2 away in the 7th.
So far, the fly ball out has jumped ahead of the game now. 8 fly ball outs as compared to 6 strikeouts and 6 ground ball outs.
I'm just glad that number changed. Here's Kreidler. Tremendous UCLA Bruin infielder.
And now for the best coverage in the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Here's Suarez hiding the baseball out of the glove, behind the hip, and then it's on top of you as far as a pitcher. This is a perfect view for a hitter. Well, I don't know how perfect it is for a hitter, but for a pitcher, that's a real good view of hiding the baseball deception. So when you get that slider working down and in, and you have the 2 type of changeups, one of them will go down and away, and then you ride a fastball upstairs, 4 type of pitches, an occasional curveball, but that deception makes all those pitches that much better. And a great view we just showed of how hard it is for a hitter.
Fastball in there for strike 2 to Kreidler.
And you can see a fastball right there, 93, and he doesn't see it well, and it's right middle part of the plate, and he takes it. 4-seamer tonight, 29%, slider 29%. Changeup always good, and a sinker a lot more, a higher percentage. Let's mix in some curveballs also, about 8%.
Last time out, Kryler, remember, had that little tapper back to Suarez. He had to make a tough play and couldn't get he had that third changeup grip on it. Ended up getting charged with an error. We could laugh about it as Ward retired the next batter. He has 6 strikeouts on the night so far. Torkelson at second. Then the 1-2. Swing and a miss. That's 7 Ks for Suarez. This is one of the better outings we have seen, but he continues to impress these Halo fans tonight.
Did you know that ticket prices can actually go down right before the game? That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time tracks ticket prices in real time from thousands of trusted sellers, then shows you all the best deals. So we can get tickets at the last minute for up to 60% off. Download Game Time now.
The search for high-quality meat ends here. With ButcherBox, you get 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Sourced from partners who believe in doing things the right way. Together, we can make a difference. One meal at a time. Get 2 pounds of chicken breast, free in every order for a year.
Flashback to June 29th. Last year at Yankee Stadium against Tyon. Shohei Ohtani hits a home run. It gets out at 3.22 seconds, the fastest of his career. Today, in the third, thought this was a rocket getting out quickly. 3.84 seconds to get out. 8th fastest of his career for Shohei Ohtani. A couple rockets getting out quickly, showing that bat speed and power. And the splash. He's like, most times they don't.
Just shocked they went through with the splash.
I still think when you go 3.22 seconds to get out for a home run and hit in Yankee Stadium. Wow. 3.84 tonight.
Yeah, great find by the crew and you to break that down and show us the history. Ohtani out towards left center. Has he done it again? He has! He's got 2 tonight! Eat the Rashad baseball. 8-0 Halos.
Shohei the power. Shohei, what a game. Wow. Right center got out in a hurry. This one going to left center field. And you're a fan of this ballpark or watching on TV. This is history every night in the making for Shohei Ohtani. Wow, crushed. Unbelievable. Segoy. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, he took that one like a champ. Multi-home run game for Shohei Ohtani.
32 home runs now on the season for Shohei. 85 RBIs, 11 wins, 181 strikeouts on the mound. Enough said.
Case made for back-to-back MVPs.
I mean, this is a break ball, heart of the plate, stays on it and drives it. That's the lower part of the strike zone, drives it to left center. That power, the balance for Shohei.
He just introduced himself to the new Tigers pitcher, Garrett Hill. Oh, by the way, 12th multi-home run game for Ohtani. In this crowd of just under 20,000. They've been treated to quite a show. Now second in the American League in home runs with 32. He also has 78 runs scored on the season, leads the team. He's going to get to 100 ribbies.
I mean, this swing is just perfect. I mean, that line drive on an all-speed pitch earlier, out in front slightly, lines it off the wall. Line drive out to right field, right center, then hits that one out at break a ball to left center field.
Right up the middle by Rengifo. And there's that defense by Kreidler we've been talking about. And Rengifo finally retired. He was 3 for 3.
What a great view that is, that balance, how strong Shohei Ohtani is. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh. You know what? David Fletcher's the culprit nearly every single time. Get out here to the Big A and see some of this for yourself. Taylor Ward takes a strike. Ohtani will next be on the bump Saturday. That's a big Fox game in Houston. Chance for the entire nation to maybe tune in and see what's going on here with number 17. I mean, he's pitching at an all-time high, and now this offense is starting to really catch up. He's the best baseball player on the planet. That's it. Taylor Ward has reached all 3 times tonight. A couple of RBIs. Excuse me, his 3 RBIs, but reached last time up. An error by Javi Baez. And there he's going to get his first knock of the night. Well done, Taylor. Some productive at-bats for Ward.
It's good to see this balance in this lineup here. Start working down that lower part of the lineup, see if we get some hits out of that. Matt Duffy already a big game himself. A couple hits. Single double.
Only thing he's missing is his first home run as an Angel. Andrew Wantz getting up for the Angels. Maybe it's the big lead that you don't necessarily need to go back to Suarez, or is that maybe just in case?
Well, he has 1 career shutout. We know that for Suarez. I think he had that shutout with exactly with 100 pitches. So his pitch count here today. So it looks like it's probably done for the night. A warm night like tonight, 92 pitches, 67 of them strikes. I mean, that's a high strike percentage.
He only has 1 complete game of his career last year versus Texas. Here's the 2-0 upstairs, 3-0.
Shohei responded with a double and 2 home runs today to Aaron Judge's 54th home run. He also had a double.
Yeah.
It's too special.
It's great for baseball. 100% agree. So Ohtani has 2. He might get a chance to equal what happened with Bo Bichette earlier today. First 3 home run game of his career. His dad, Dante, Never hit 3 in a game, so you have some bragging rights. Thanksgiving.
Bo knows home runs. This Bo does. 3 home runs in a game. Yeah. By the way, I know the other Bo had 3 home runs in a game too.
Did he really?
Yes. But I don't know if Bo Bichette could do this, though. Only Dante could do this one, pull this one off.
I agree. He's the only one that can pull off that look. The spaghetti straps and the pose and the look and the pursed lips. Those are 40s, though. So here's that part of the batting order you'd like to see some depth, maybe lengthen it out a little bit. Duffy's had a good game, single, double, and a walk. And here's Joe Adell, first and second, 1 out.
Joe Adell, just forget what happened the first 3 at-bats. Concentrate on this at-bat.
Hit well, left field on a line, and Victor Reyes has it 2 away. Well, considering all this great action in baseball, you want to download the MLB app to get video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and more for your Angels. Love the shades that man is sporting. Maybe some virtual reality working. They can't believe that Dante Bichette. I gotta lay off Dante.
Yeah.
That's your guy.
I think they're.
You're the one that brought it up.
No, I'm just thinking they're thinking, wow, Shohei Ohtani with 2 home runs today. Mike Trout with a mammoth home run. That's what they're thinking.
You're right. Two on, 2 out, 8-0 Halos here, bottom of the 7th. No swing. So there's Bruce Dreckman, 1-1 to Max Stassi. And Kurt Suzuki still out on bereavement, so we send our thoughts, prayers to the Suzuki family. One and 2. Angels have a good Double-A team going in Rocket City. Chase Silseth just named Southern League Pitcher of the Week. He took part of that no-hitter. He went 7. Logan O'Hoppe down there. Zach Neto.
Neto with a home run in that game. A no-hit game.
And that's going to get through for a hit for Max Stassi. Taylor Ward rounding third. He's going to score. RBI single for Max. He's been due.
27th RBI. And a smile. Max Stassi up the middle. That's his swing. Up the middle. Even his power. Center, right center, left center. And some production that lower part of the lineup. Get an RBI single for Max Stassi.
Nice to see a smile from Stassi and even Damon Mayshore over there at first base. Seems to have his beard cleaned up tonight, Maysh. One thing that this long inning, these hits have done for the Angels is potentially giving Trout and Ohtani another at-bat if they stay in. I would assume they would, especially the way they're swinging the bat, and Ohtani a chance at a 3-homer game. And Trout has a chance at a cycle, so yeah. Has that ever happened in a game? A 3-home run game and a cycle.
Shohei goes, I don't know. Let me find out for you.
And the 2-2. Drops it in there. Got Velasquez looking. 2 more on the board for the Angels. And to lead off this 7th was Shohei Ohtani. His 2nd home run, 12th multi-home run game of the year. It's been showtime at the Big A.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
And here are the first images.
Hello, everyone. You don't have to leave the solar system to watch MLB Network. Just sign in with your TV provider info at MLBnetwork.com or through the MLB app. MLB Network, just about anywhere in the known universe.
GA Tim Salmon will be with you for Angels Live postgame presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. And GA, what do you want to talk about?
Fortunately tonight we have a lot to talk about. We can talk pitching, hitting, base running, situational hitting, so I'm looking forward to it.
Do it all. Jose Suarez, another great outing, of course. Trout, Ohtani putting on a show, and Ohtani saying, Aaron Judge, whatever you can do, I can do better. That and much more on Angels Live postgame. But let's send it back inside to the boys as we go to the top of the 8th. Andrew Wentz ready to take the hill. Here's Patrick and Gooby.
All right. Boys, we appreciate it. Ken French, Garrett Anderson, Tim Salmon. Looking forward to a happy post-game show as Andrew Wentz in for Jose Suarez.
There's a lot of home runs on that desk for the post-game show with GA and Tim Salmon. Of course, Ken French. We knew how many home runs he hit in high school.
Did he tell you?
Yes, he was a he was a solid player. Solid player. Frenchie.
We have some defensive replacements. Magneuris Sierra's in for Mike Trout, in fact, and in right, Ryan Aguilar is in for Taylor Ward. Matt Theis is at first for Matt Duffy. Angels are leading 9-0 here in the 8th.
That's 7 shutout innings for Jose Suarez, 7 strikeouts. Like GA said, there's a lot to like about it on the offensive side, but what we saw on the mound today for Suarez, very, very impressive.
92 pitches, 67 strikes, so that's the best strike percentage he's had this season, over 70%. And he has lowered his ERA on the season to 3.77.
Very similar to what we saw last year. He was dominant in the month of September. He's taken August into September now. Great pitching for Suarez.
Lance has Victor Reyes 0-2. Sends it over the third base coach. Foul. Only 3 hits for the Tigers. They have lost 5 of the last 6 overall. And Sierra is going to be tested early. Handles it no problem. 1 away here in the top of the 8th. Angels Baseball and Valley Sports brought to you by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. By Jack in the Box, spicy chicken strips are back at Jack in the Box for a limited time, starting at just $5.49. And by Spectrum. Spectrum Mobile has unlimited talk, text, and data. Save up to 40%. Go to spectrummobile.com today.
Some fun.
Good times.
Yes.
On the line for Riley Green is a 13-game hitting streak. He is 0 for 3.
It's a nice changeup for Andrew Wantz. We know that fastball is picked up as far as velocity. Mid-90s. Cutter slider. The changeup solid.
3-0. That's a 4-pitch walk to Green. Some cool numbers on the Angels 2 through 6 hitters tonight. Gooby, they're 12 for 18 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. Of course, for those scoring at home, they were well aware of that. Say good on you. Looking for a clean inning here out of Andrew Wantz. Facing Willie Castro. Willie Castro 1 for 3.
Nine runs on 13 hits today for the Halos. Good to see that.
Well, hitting is contagious, so hopefully it continues the rest of the series, the rest of the season.
Very effective. When he throws his slider the upper quadrant in the strike zone, it's an effective pitch for Andrew Wantz, and that is by design upstairs like that.
Swing and a miss and a strikeout to Castro.
So he went slider upstairs and fastball just a little bit above that for a strikeout.
Making his MLB debut right now is Josh Lester. Just recently called up from Toledo, and he won the Little League World Series for Georgia, and there was this famous interview Aaron Andrews conducted, asking him how he felt, and he was breaking down in tears with his arms folded. That has since gone viral since that was retweeted out by Aaron. Lester even poked a little fun at himself, but what a moment.
Wonder if we'll try another fastball just a little bit higher. Well, your first chance to swing the bat here in the show. You know, that heart is beating very fast.
Lester went on to start the University of Missouri. The 0-2. Made contact.
Or as they would say out there, Missouri.
That's right, Missouri. Mizzou?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. '13th round pick in 2015. His MLB debut right here. Heart beating, but manages to hold off of that slider in the dirt. When you get a chance to see that little piece of video,
you have to check that out.
It's just the joy. It's just a Little League World Series hero to the show. Did he? And first at bat is a strikeout. Wentz gets him.
Where there's baseball,
one pitch away
from baseball history, there's drama.
He has thrown a no-hitter.
Where there's baseball,
Near the wall,
there's action.
he made a phenomenal catch.
And where there's baseball,
let's go live inside the park.
There's MLB Tonight. On MLB Network.
Oh, wow.
Where there's baseball, all the time.
Unbelievable.
We've seen it time and time again.
Join Kevin Millar and Steven Nelson on a quest for legends worthy of the sacred prize. It's unpredictable pin and chase coverage that will have you on the edge of your seat. Join the adventure on Intentional Talk, only on MLB Network.
They got hunger like me. It's the rush of blood that keeps me.
What a game so far for the Angels offense, breaking out in a big way. The Stars have come to play in Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. David Fletcher, first pitch from Cody Clemens. That's right, that Cody Clemens, utility infielder, is pitching for the 6th time this season. But he knows a thing or two about pitching. Roger Clemens was pretty good.
Yeah, 7 Cy Youngs. Yeah, it's pretty solid. 46, 72 strikeouts. 354 wins, too.
And he looks like he's going to have to face Shohei Ohtani.
And everyone's sitting at home. How cool would that be? Clemens versus Ohtani. Well, you get to see it.
Finally. Matt Theis. Not easy to have to sit on the Ephus pitch. And just poked to left field by Theis for a hit. That's going to bring up Ohtani. With the runner on, he has 2 home runs. I wanted to mention that Noriyuki Higashiyama, very famous actor, singer, entertainer from Japan, interviewed you earlier and a lot of the Angels players about the impact that Shohei Ohtani has had on Major League Baseball. I mean, this man is a superstar.
Yeah, and he's here for this game, to witness this game for Shohei Ohtani so far. With 2 home runs, a double, 3 RBIs, 3 for 4.
Pulled foul.
Slightly below the hitting speed.
Yeah. Again, Noriyuki Higashiyama. Go ahead and Google that man.
By the way, I was in awe when I got a chance to have a conversation.
He just has a presence about him that is like, I had a glimpse of him up in the press room, meal room. I was like, wow, that guy's, he just seemed famous. Like this man at the plate. Wow, not called.
And that's the same stare his dad would have if he made a pretty good pitch and not called a strike.
Rogers not happy with that call. Historic night for Ohtani, multi-homer game and a double. So he's adding to his total base total here tonight. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, a rocket out to right center, a blast out to left center.
Look at Cody Clemens with the fist pound. Oh, he's fired up.
He's saving the baseball, too. He punched out. Shohei Ohtani's saving the baseball.
He's like, what do you want me to do with it? He's like, he just struck out Shohei Ohtani. All right. He can't stop giggling. It's Luis Rengifo.
Interesting to see Rengifo batting from the right side so it doesn't mess up his left-handed swing.
His first career strikeout is Shohei Ohtani. How many did Dad have? 5,000? And Josh Lester having fun in the bigs. He's going to have to try to make a play. Unable to, but the shortstop comes up firing and safe at first.
This is the thing, again, going back to Rengifo batting from the right side. You'll see that a lot with switch hitters that didn't want to hit from that left side against a right-handed throw, almost like knuckleball because it's going to throw their timing off. Saw that a lot against Charlie Huff and a number of other knuckleball pitchers for switch hitters. And that's why you go hard down the line. 4-hit game for Rengifo.
He smelled a hit, so he turned on the Jets. He saw the defense from Kreidler almost made the play.
It's amazing watching these hitters try to stay back. Just try to stay back on these slow pitches.
There's Ryan Aguilar. Two on, 2 out. Bottom of the 8th. 9-0 Angels. 9 runs on 15 hits. Roger Clemens' son, the Hall of Famer, Cody Clemens. Driven to center field, hit well. That's going to get down. And that's going to score a run. And that is double digits as Theis comes in to score 10-0 Halos. Aguilar with the RBI. I've seen Magneuris Sierra in batting practice crush the baseball out, hits that one to right field, and that one is caught. And that ends the 8th inning for the Halos. They have 10.
Look, I think I just need someone more emotionally available. We seemed like a good match, but in person, I'm just getting a lot of mixed signals.
It's the bobblehead, isn't it?
I love your smile, but I can't do this anymore. I thought you were a home run. Oh gosh, Max, don't do this.
There's a better way to bring the game home. Visit MLBshop.com for your favorite team gear and today's special offer.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Today, don't go away mad. Well, no one went away mad today as far as the hitters today with those 10 runs, including Shohei Ohtani's 2 home runs, Mike Trout with a home run, Luis Rengifo with 4 hits. He's looking, how did I not get that pitch? I thought I read that off the plate against Clemens. Finally had a chance. See, it was a video game. Roger Clemens versus Shohei Ohtani ended up being Cody instead. He got a punch out.
He's looking at himself.
I couldn't stay back.
Get punched out by Cody Clemens, normally a left fielder. The son of the legend, the Rocket. Oh, Zach Weiss is in from Irvine, went to UCLA, and he retired all 4 batters faced. And our producer Max just pointed out, he sent out a tweet. What did Zach say in his tweet? He said, I finally have an ERA. I could die happy. I finally have an ERA.
I want to call him Buzz Lightyear. No more infinity and beyond anymore. He's got an ERA now.
I congratulated him when I saw him in the dugout. It just, you know, what a moment for him. So many years in between. Making it all the way back to the show. He said his dad is more emotional about it than he is. His dad's sending him pictures from like in '95. Here I am sitting up here with you in the stands. So very, very cool for the whole Weiss family.
Local product. I mean, this is a thrill for him. Every time you see him, he has a huge smile on his face.
Mike Ford now in at first base. Baracos going to lead off top of the 9th. 3 outs to get for the Angels.
Back-to-back sliders. Zach Weiss.
Dice over at third base, moved from first. Nice slider, 1-2.
So 3 really good sliders in a row. Zach Weiss.
And he got him, struck him out. 1 down.
Whereas my good buddy Bill James, who watches this game, is a big fan of Zach Weiss, said it's a drop curve. And I talked to him today about it. He goes, well, I don't know if I throw a drop curve, but it's a slider, I think. And here it is, a strikeout on a slider.
Look at the spin. Nice pickup on a foul tip. Nice job by Stassi to hang on to it. 2 outs to get. Harold Castro takes strike 1. Same time, same place tomorrow. Myers versus Eduardo Rodriguez. 6 p.m. Angels live. That's going to get down for a hit. It's only the 4th hit of the game for the Tigers. Another at bat for Spencer Torkelson, 1 for 2.
What a steady diet of sliders from Zach so far. Looking for a ground ball double play to finish it off here. Seven of 8 sliders.
That's drilled out to center field, and over is Sierra to make the grab. 2 down. And he gets great reads off the bat, does he not?
Yes, he does. No wasted energy, too, after those reads.
And here's Cody Clemens. And Clemens, who pitched that bottom of the 8th inning, and something that will certainly make some of the highlight reels is striking out Shohei Ohtani, who had homered twice in the game and doubled. Picking up his first career strikeout. I mean, truly, that is.
Yeah.
I mean, they're losing the game, and I know they want to win, but that's still a great takeaway for Cody Clemens out of this game. Zach Weiss, who pitched 1 game for the Cincinnati Reds in 2018. And he is back in the show here in 2022. 2-2. Tigers are down to their final strike. Crowd of 19,518. Those that remain start to make a little noise here at the Big A. And a swing and a miss. That's the ball game. Light it up. 10-0. Angels beat the Tigers, and that is their 17th shutout on the season.
Equaling the New York Mets as far as shutouts. Shut it down there for Zach Weiss. That nice slider. Solid defense. Incredible hitting tonight for the Halos. 10 runs. The power. 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Outstanding.
Our Toyota players of the game makes sense, right? Mike Trout, 3 for 4, single, double, homer. Shohei Ohtani, 3 for 5, a double and 2 home runs. Trout, Ohtani, our Toyota players of the game.
Incredible power. Shohei, a line drive, gets out 3.84 seconds to get out right center. Trout, a mammoth 416-foot home run. Exit velo 111, and Shohei going the other way for his 32nd home run of the season. Fun game all the way around. Wow.
So much fun for sure. Jose Suarez getting the win. 7 really good innings with 7 strikeouts. And it was a great game call behind the plate. Max Stassi, who is standing by right now with Carlin Bade.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Wow, 10-0 here at the Big A. What a shutout victory for you guys. 17 shutouts on the season for you, tied for most in Major League Baseball with the Mets right now. Just hearing that and knowing what you guys accomplished here today, what was it like catching this one behind the plate?
It was awesome. You know, Suarez set the tone for us, and he did an outstanding job. You know, relievers Wentz came in, Weiss came in, and threw the ball great, and we just got to keep it rolling.
Let's talk about the offense, too. You guys putting up some big numbers. You had an RBI tonight as well. Things started early. How great was it to get things on the board from the first and keep it consistent going on?
Yeah, the bats were rolling today. You know, it was the next man then up, you know, put up a bunch of runs, and it's a good win.
Let's talk about Ohtani, too, before you go. He had 2 home runs today. You've caught behind the plate for him before as well. There's so much buzz in Major League Baseball about him and Aaron Judge for AL MVP this season. How is it just watching him play and what he's able to accomplish? I mean, you get to see it close up, Max.
It's amazing. You know, you get to see it on a daily basis. You know, it's definitely an honor. You know, he's doing stuff that's never been done in this game before. It's been played for a long time. So he's doing an incredible job. He's going to keep it rolling and finish strong.
All right, keep it rolling yourself, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Max.
Thank you.
Big game tonight. Back upstairs, Patrick.
Okay, Carlin, appreciate it. Max Stassi, and there you see Zach Weiss. Gooby, I really enjoyed this one tonight. A lot of fun. The Angels offense needed something like this.
That was a lot of fun to see those kind of swings go out throughout the whole game. And Suarez dealing on the mound. Another shutout, 7th of the season. Dreckman waving that home run against Shohei Ohtani. Loving the Dreck.
16 hits, second most this year for the Angels. Suarez, big time win. Angels live post game next. See you tomorrow.